You can thank Ritzels for that. Oh.
It's the best thing ever.
I'm gonna have to shout out my homie Frenchiest Fries and my free company on Final Fantasy XIV, a critically acclaimed MMORPG that's free up to level 7 now, and all the Stormblight content, because he sent that to me just minutes before the stream started, saying, "Hey, you're doing this today. Here you go," and it's amazing.
Do they stream?
They do
At
not, and I
first you
wish
had my
they did.
curiosity.
Because I would
Now
totally
you
have
my
Sterling
erection.
shout him out.
You mean your attention?
You all know what I'm about.
I hope that all of the folks that are screaming at us in chat now
Hi,
are able to
guys.
see that opening, because that was just beautiful.
That was great. But also, what's up, everybody? How we doing? Welcome on in to the first episode of the Chaotic Codpast of 2024. I have missed this, and we're back. First and foremost, can y'all hear Bella and Ritzels? All right.
Do I need to end stream?
Okay, cool. Sweet. Yeah, this is going to be a repeat of a previous podcast because reasons.
Because more Disney movies have come out since then.
And, just we like talking about Disney. And, we have a new friend with us tonight. Hi, Ritzels.
Hello.
I'm excited. I've been just really wanting to dive back into I love talking about Disney movies. And when we had that discussion that one night while I was playing Lies of P, I was like, let's close for a redo. Hey, Ritzels, you want to be on a podcast?
I got that and I was like, what? Sure. Huh.
We are nothing if not chaos.
So, the whole point of all this is, first off, it's called a Codpast, not a podcast, and there's a funny story behind that. But each episode is its own topic. Or it tries to be. Sometimes it kind of sways away from the topic at hand, but for the most part.
Do you mean we have really shitty attention spans and just kind of go all over the place?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Bold of you to assume I have an attention span.
But
too poor for an attention span. I can't pay attention.
I can't afford anything. That's surprising. Anyway, Disney animated movies. I was racking my brain all week trying to figure out what is the best course of action to just kind of go through this. And I figured, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So what I figured we could do is go through each era, of the Disney movies, because there's 7, and just kind of vaguely touch up on them, and discuss what we want and move on. Because it's interesting seeing just the course of these films, from Snow White to Wish, and seeing how they got from point A to point B. So, yeah, we're just going to. What is an attention span and where can I buy one? I can't find them. They're sold out everywhere I go. We're not there yet, Sterling. But the first era is the Golden Age, which started in 1937 and ended in 1942. And it started with Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs and went through to
Bambi.
Bambi, yeah. So that's Snow White, Pinocchio, Fantasia, The Reluctant Dragon, Dumbo, and Bambi. Eh.
I mean, we
Yeah.
used to watch the fuck out of Bambi when I was little. Mom had it down to a science. She could sit us in front of the TV, put on Bambi, and she'd be able to get a nap.
My dad used Bambi to traumatize me as a child because he had brought home deer that he had captured and did all the things with. I don't know how much I could say on here. Um, and then brought it home. And then as I took a bite and said it was delicious, he proceeded to tell us that we just ate Bambi's mom. So both me and my sister, who were like 6 and 7 at the time, started screaming at the top of our lungs.
Well, in one of the rankings of like movie villains, the Hunter is ranked at number 20.
I mean that, yeah. The villain that no one ever sees.
Oh, wrong one. There you go.
You fucking shit. You fucking shit up.
Don't jump. But
I am here to greatly judge you if you do this.
go for it. That's what I'm here for. Just judge away.
Why are we judging?
Because it's me. Why not?
That's fair.
But I I don't think I've ever seen Bambi all the way through. All the times I remember watching it, I feel like the last thing I remember is like dogs. But I looked it up the other day, and it's 70 minutes long, so I could probably just knock it out. But I don't want to.
That's as long as Velocipaster.
Shut up. But
We don't talk about that.
no, we
Yes,
don't.
we do.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
We don't talk about Bruno.
We'll get to him in a minute.
Well, not in a minute, but
A minute and a half.
Eventually.
2 minutes tops. But yeah, obviously, you have to respect the beginning, because without Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, we wouldn't have The Lion King, we wouldn't have Beauty and the Beast, we wouldn't have Encanto, we wouldn't have like Wish and everything in between. Just I respect it, but I don't watch these movies.
Nah, yeah, same. I respect the foundation that it built, because it's, like you said, it's what started where we are today. But also, like you said, God, it's kind of boring.
Like, you have Snow White, never liked it. Pinocchio weirded me out. Fantasia, I was never allowed to watch as a kid.
Why weren't you allowed to watch Fantasia?
Magic.
Really?
You know the household I grew up in.
Chernobog, but magic?
The wizard and everything.
They were okay with the rest of Disney.
Listen,
The literal fairy godmother in Cinderella.
listen. Christian households are weird. Okay.
But remember, the fairy godmother was just a figment of your imagination. The magic was real and coming for your soul.
I mean,
Yeah.
don't fucking say, but okay.
Yeah. Whatever. The Reluctant Dragon. Don't think I ever saw that. Dumbo. I don't want to cry,
Yeah, that thing.
and I cry always with Baby Mine. I cannot watch that thing.
Also, super did not age well.
No. Product of its time, definitely.
Wait, which movie?
Dumbo.
Dumbo.
Oh,
My mom allowed me to play GTA, but not Halo. No, that's weird.
Okay. There's some kind of logic there. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
don't question it. It's not the kind of logic we'll be able to understand in our lifetime.
Yeah.
I question everything.
This one's going to be a quick one. This is just going to be a speed run. Wartime era, 1943 to 1949. Movies.
Honestly, it had some good ones in there.
Like Three Caballero. What is it, Caballeros or Caballeros?
Caballeros.
Because I know in like the Spanish word, the two L's, it makes a Y sound.
Yeah. Three Caballeros.
Yeah. The only one of these I've ever seen is The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad.
That one was fun. I'm pretty sure we watched Three Caballeros and Saludos Amigos one night when it was on Disney Plus.
Oh, I haven't even heard of half of these. victory through air power. Yeah,
Yeah, it's probably
animated documentary propaganda film. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you're not gonna find Song of the South for
Anywhere.
other reasons.
Which will not be brought up on this discussion. But yeah, Song of the South didn't age well.
Nope, a lot of these didn't.
But again, starting point. Silver Age is where, a lot of these, like, the ones that we know and love, really come into fruition.
I feel like the Silver Age gets a little bit more love because that's where a lot of the classics come from, and that's
Yeah.
where the idea of Disney princess was born. Because yes, Snow White came first, but a lot of people, when
Yeah.
they think Disney princess, a lot of them, if they don't think of ones from their childhood, go straight to Cinderella.
Yeah. But before we proceed, Ritzels, did you want to add anything about the wartime era?
Or
The only I actually have seen a good chunk of these, and I will say they're other than the three caballeros, there's not much to say.
Because
Yeah,
I've
feel like that one's the best of that list. That one and Adventures of Ichabod and Mr.
yeah.
Toad.
I thought for a good chunk of my teenage years that I had like a a trauma dream about those damn birds. And I was like, wait, that's actually a thing? That was a movie that I saw as a kid and couldn't remember what it was?
I had
That
the
was a fever dream.
I had the Disney sing along tapes as a kid, and that song was on there, and like that's about all I knew about that movie.
You're not missing much, don't worry about it.
Now I watched the hell out of Ichabod and Mr. Toad.
Well, that had Bing Crosby in it, didn't it?
I think so.
Yep.
Now, Silver Age.
Hey, before we go to Silver Age, Mom just made a really good point about wartime era. She said the reason why a lot of those are war propaganda stuff is because people back then, some of them didn't have TV or radios, so they went to the movies to get their news.
Yeah, that's a very valid point.
That makes sense. I guess, yeah, the cartoons that they would play before the movies and stuff like that, with Mickey just like beating up folks.
Yeah,
That does make a lot of sense.
it does. 1950, 1959, Silver Age.
Wow, Silver Age was only like 10 years, essentially?
Which is weird because, wait, that doesn't sound right because the Jungle Book came out in 67. This article is getting its eras wrong. Why you lying to me?
Why the fuck you lying?
Walt Disney's death marked the end of the Silver Age, with the Jungle Book being the last film he personally worked on before his passing. So we're gonna say it went to 60.
Definitely the 60s, yeah.
So we're gonna say it went till 67.
Works for me.
Okay, bet. Okay, so this list we have Cinderella, Alice in Wonderland, Peter Pan, Lady and the Tramp, Sleeping Beauty, 101 Dalmatians, Sword in the Stone, Mary Poppins, and the Jungle Book. Honestly, the first bunch that I actually liked a good chunk of these movies.
I will say the article has a typo because if you scroll down, it says 1970 on the next one, so that was just a typo on their part. But yeah, no, I absolutely agree. Like most of these were a hit.
This was a solid list. I say that. A lot of these were staples of my childhood, but
Looking back on them, no.
Exactly the ones that I would reach for first now.
No.
Oh, I would absolutely go for Lady and the Tramp. The art style in Lady and the Tramp and like the soft feeling English that it has for like the backgrounds and stuff is like when I was a kid, I wish I could do backgrounds like that. I
Yeah.
wish I could draw. Like those backgrounds were just beautiful.
Just like on 101 Dalmatians, like the background in these was just fantastic.
Well, that's because, like, especially with this time frame of Disney movies, all of that shit was still done by hand.
Yeah.
And so you'd have dozens, if not potentially hundreds of people doing the backgrounds for this stuff all by hand, all drawn, all painted, all of that, so that they took the time and you could see the love that they poured into it.
I like how the poster on Cinderella on this says "Greatest since Snow White." That's not saying much,
And yeah,
but no,
a
like
love story with music.
a lot of these. I say a lot of these. I say a lot of these. Let me backtrack just a little bit. Most of these, I do still kind of at least hold dear, but looking back on some of them, I could do without. Peter Pan is a prime example. Growing up, I love that movie.
Same.
But like going back to it in my mind because I'm not gonna watch it. Peter Pan was a bad guy.
Yeah, Peter Pan is definitely a villain of his own story.
By the way, also a movie, a product of its time.
Yup.
But
That man, a lot of these didn't age well.
no, 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 no. But like touching on Lady and the Tramp, though, back to what Ritzels was saying, I can't watch that movie for one scene.
That's fair.
The pound scene makes me cry every time, and I just feel like my heart's getting ripped out.
But what were you gonna say, Ritzels, a second ago?
I was just gonna say, oh, 'cause my brain just went. But with if you look at the Lady and Tramp poster, it says it's now his happiest motion picture. But you think going in, like you don't think you're gonna cry like a baby, but you're gonna cry like a baby. Um,
There's, mm,
but a lot of like with this and even like future Disney movies, it's growing up and realizing the stories that they're based on aren't actually happy, and
no,
they're pretty morbid. So it's seeing this and then growing up and realizing like what is this versus the what someone wrote previously kind of makes you think a lot about why they took that and why did they make it happy, why are they, taking something so morbid and making it so child friendly just for them to grow up and see it and be like, gee.
it's like what?
I think
Like
one of
Alice
the
in Wonderland.
reasons might have been is that Disney wanted to provide something for kids to to kind of retain a childhood, because Snow White came out like in the 30s. I don't know how bad the depression was by the end of the 30s because I know it ended around the time of the war, but like that had been a rough fucking decade.
True.
He put out Steamboat Willie in like 1928 ish. I might be getting that wrong. I think what he wanted was to provide snippets of happiness, whether they were source accurate or not, for kids just to have something.
Just to have a
And
draw to them.
yeah, just like that whole bleak ass time period.
Yeah, because you look at most of these movies, like 101 Dalmatians, Sleeping Beauty, Lady and the Tramp, Cinderella. A big part of the story is super dark and depressing.
But you also have to think about stuff like that. Back then, they were going through dark and depressing stuff, so seeing a woman that wanted to turn puppies into a coat might not have been that weird if they had to pull an old yeller and shoot their dog that had rabies.
Yeah.
Hey, 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 spoilers.
Sorry, spoilers for a 70-year-old movie.
I mean,
I actually I haven't actually like seen or read Old Yeller, so I didn't know he had rabies.
Oh shit, sorry. Yeah,
again,
it's
spoilers for a
not fun.
70-year-old story.
I know.
It's not a fun time. Like, it's fine until you get to the ending, and then it's just like, why did I watch this as a child?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I watched it one time and I said I don't want to watch this ever again.
Same.
And I didn't watch it ever
Pretty
again.
sure I was AJ's age. I was like 5.
But I was fine with
Like,
Lynn. I was fine with Lynn before time. Don't know how that
instead of
happened.
making my back hurt, jeez. Oh.
Breaking my back just to know your name.
My spine just crinkled up like a Rice Krispie treat.
Man,
Uh,
I had someone in my group today refer to just like the time when we were growing up as the 1900s, and like, I'm gonna fucking fight a child. I don't know
I'm
how
going
old
to
you are,
punch
I'm gonna
you.
fight you. I'm gonna fight you.
I may be fat, but that means I have extra body slam material when I go to, knock you over, kid.
Snorlax, use body slam.
Yes.
Snore.
Okay, it wasn't just me that thought of Snorlax. Okay, cool.
What are you talking about? I'm a living, breathing Snorlax.
Oh wait, so what I'm hearing is that we need to get that Snorlax bean chair plush, but instead of filling it with like filling, we just need to put Nate in it.
No, just give me a Snorlax onesie and I'll be good.
Hell yeah, I mean I would
You
actually.
act like I fucking won't. And spoiler message. Kiss.
Bold of you to assume that I use my Disney Plus membership that I get free through Hulu.
Hey.
I mean, that's fair. We could. Here, I'll pin the thing.
Oh yeah. Spoilers for 60-year-old movies.
I mean, warning, there be spoilers ahead because we are talking about older Disney movies, and a lot of us might not have seen this. Like, a lot of us might not have known that Princess Aurora, Sleeping Beauty, only has 18 lines of dialogue in her own damn movie.
Yeah. Them
You know,
fairies have more.
I didn't think of that.
Yeah, she's barely in her own movie.
Yeah.
She was there. He's like, we want to make a movie, but we gotta put someone in there as a princess, or no one's gonna watch it, right?
And what's funny, I've always preferred Sleeping Beauty over Cinderella, if for nothing else, the fucking dragon.
That's totally fair.
Who I have come to despise with a burning passion, fueled by the power of 1,000 suns, because of fucking Kingdom Hearts.
Like, when are we gonna bring up Kingdom Hearts? Because that's part of the Disney franchise, right?
Oh, don't worry. Kingdom Hearts will be spoken about.
Perfect.
That will probably be Nate's rant at the end.
Probably.
Also, I was just told that I might be a little quiet on the stream, so I don't know.
Hold
What?
on. Let me.
I was about to say, I hear you just fine, but I'm in fucking call with you, so of course I'm going to hear you.
I'm just gonna do that, see if that works.
Hello?
So it's. Can you hear me?
Can y'all hear Ritzels?
Can you hear me?
Actually, let me do something because I feel like.
Did we both
I'm okay with that.
Correct.
No, you did that on purpose.
No, I didn't do that last part on purpose.
So we're getting into the eras where, I feel like this question can be posed. What is your favorite movie in the Silver Age?
Of the ones listed, Mary Poppins. Because fucking long live Julie Andrews.
Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna have to agree with that.
You see, I was gonna say Jungle Book, but I can't argue with that logic.
I mean, you can say Jungle Book. Jungle Book is still a solid answer.
Yeah.
We are not peer pressuring you into liking a specific movie.
But if you don't, we will judge you for it.
Oh no. Well, I mean, Jungle Book is a good movie. I will agree with that. But Mary Poppins has that special hole in my heart, including being able to use her bag in Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes, the bag of holding.
Sterling, we're not there yet. Hold your horses.
Nay.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go with the Jungle Book.
It's a good choice. It's a solid choice.
Yeah. Now, for honestly, what I find.
I'm gonna break
Hold
you
up.
like a fucking horse.
Oh, don't you dare talk sexy to me.
I believe in you.
Still on the horse thing?
No,
Y'all can't hear him, but doing this through OBS, my sounds still play. So. Yeah, that's too quiet. I hate that. But
it's okay.
I wish there was a way to turn off the sound clips during podcasts but there's really not unless I actively remove trigger fire. That's just a lot of work.
See, Auntie, I would agree with you. If you would have asked me probably like 25 years ago, I would have said Peter Pan. But yeah, it's definitely Mary Poppins
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
But
that's a solid point right there.
ooh, 40th anniversary DVD though. That sounds awesome.
Mm. And
I
I remember
that
when those anniversary DVDs were coming out, like the Lion King DVDs. Oh my god.
God, now you're really making me feel crunchy. Whew.
It hasn't hit 40 yet, don't worry. It's only turning 30 this year.
I'm older than it.
So am
Mm-hmm.
I!
God, we're all crunchy.
Back in my day. Um,
Back when you could ruin your TV with a magnet.
I think we actually did that as a kid. Got in
Oh
trouble.
no. Oh no. I just hear mom cackling in the other room.
I have a question real quick.
What's up?
Does the soundboard on Discord work
It does.
through? Okay,
Oh no.
perfect.
Oh no.
Oh no.
This
Might
whole
have
conversation is giving me.
to make me unmute soundboard just to. Oh no, it won't let me unmute soundboard. Oh no.
It's okay. It was you'll hear it later.
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
I think we actually have that as a sound.
I think we do.
Perfect.
I'm sure it's gonna yell in my ear here in a minute.
Oh no.
But while that's getting searched for, the next age is the Bronze Age.
I'm telling
1970
you,
to 1988.
I'm telling you right now, Aristocats is the best out of all of them, and I will fight anyone who says otherwise.
Oh, we're gonna have a fun conversation here, my friend, because it's got some competition.
Okay, because this is a really stacked era.
It is. It has.
Bronze Age gets slept on because Winnie the Pooh. Yes, aristocrats, but Winnie the Pooh.
Listen, I see your Winnie the Pooh, and I'm gonna raise you the Great Mouse Detective.
So I didn't see The Great Mouse Detective until I was an adult.
I still haven't seen it.
So
Oh, I know what we're doing Saturday.
yeah, so that
Oh,
one
what?
was I didn't see it until adult, so I didn't get to really experience the magic of it as a child.
Oh, I certainly.
And Winnie the Pooh actually kind of scared me as a child.
Okay, I could fear that. I can respect that. Is it the Heffalumps and Woozles?
Yeah, it's a part of it.
I'll tell you, my
But
least favorite one out of this list right off the bat is the Rescuers.
I know
Auntie,
someone who would kick you for that.
They can come at me though, because the Rescuers Down Under is so much better than the first one. It's unreal.
those were not Joanna eggs.
Hey, chat, what is there a way to just copy this list? Because there's two different things here, and one of them doesn't have all the damn movies listed.
I'm on
If you
the.
want to post the link to the Wikipedia article, it does have at least most of them that I've been able to see.
The list is the Aristocats, at least listed on here. Yay, Wikipedia. The Aristocats, Bedknobs and Broomsticks, Robin Hood, The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, The Rescuers, Pete's Dragon, The Fox and the Hound, The Black Cauldron, Great Mouse Detective. They have Who Framed Roger Rabbit listed under Disney, which is funny to me, and Oliver and Company.
So let me see about that. Keep talking. I'm gonna see why that's listed as Disney.
Um,
Feel like it was a partnership between Disney and Warner Brothers. I could
it has
be
to be
wrong.
because Mickey Mouse was in it.
Yeah. That might have been the only way they could have gotten Mickey Mouse in it, is if they like gave Disney the rights for it.
Yeah, they like, hey, we want to make this movie. Hey, that sounds fun. Let's do it. But
Hold on, because that is listed under Gray Bar, which is other Disney studio. Okay, so that's it. I guess
Yeah.
he owns Amblin.
yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah.
Steven Spielberg is the founded it and it was the producer and director for the whole general thing. Um so yeah. Oh wow, he worked with Don Bluth. I didn't know that. Anyway, that's a whole other topic. Don
You
Bluth for
know,
life.
Oh god, it is.
Don Bluth is one of the best animators ever. He can only draw like 3 types of people, but still.
Yeah. As is apparent with An American Tail and Anastasia.
Mom, I like how you say Fox and the Hound as if that one isn't one of the saddest on that list.
Honestly, yeah, it's
Um,
But sad.
like it's a good movie, but fuck.
I just put it in chat. But Pi, who is in the chat, hi Pi, just sent me this list, which is more cohesive and actually has like all of the movies listed.
Ooh, excellent, excellent.
Mom, whatever you just screamed in the other room, I didn't hear.
Oh yeah, this is a much better list.
Oh.
Thank you.
Robin Hood was one of my gay awakenings.
I feel like that was a lot of people's.
Yeah, I mean, look at her.
Robin Hood was my furry awakening.
It was that too. It was that too.
So
My gay awakening was Xena.
my gay awakening was the captain from Treasure Planet.
That's fair.
That was my gay and furry awakening.
We'll get to
'cause-
that one in due time.
I absolutely get that. Fucking Emma Thompson, though.
Emma Thompson just. She's a
but I
goddess in
wanted to-
her own right.
Yeah. But you were saying,
I mean,
sorry.
2 things. She's amazing. I love her. I would commit crimes for her against the Geneva Convention. Secondly,
Don't remember most of them.
I don't know like
that
how
well.
often you do ask chat things, but I didn't know if you guys wanted to like ask
Oh,
chat
absolutely.
to
Oh yeah, chat's
Yeah.
always welcome to
Like,
chime in.
If chat
if-
has any questions for us, or if like anything that y'all want to chime in, I'm kind of keeping an eye on chat, so feel free to
Chime in,
interact
say
with us.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this
feel free
isn't-
to be like,
this
my favorite
isn't-
movie is this.
This isn't just us talking at you. This is us talking with you
Yeah.
about these topics.
Yeah.
So, if you have any input, please do not hesitate to say anything.
Sterling, I am blowing you a consensual kiss. Kerpow. No,
Oh,
it's
thank you for the reset.
kerpow.
Just,
Kerpow. Kerchow. I'm suddenly a car.
We'll
Oh,
get to that one too.
yeah. Just ready, anxious to get to Renaissance so we can finally cover what Sterling's talking about.
Oh. Sterling, are you ready to ban?
Are you ready to ban the streamer?
Poor Nate.
I
Or
did
Nate
find
for
out if
having
you're a
an
mod,
opinion.
You can actually somehow ban the streamer from their own stream, and I don't know why
Don't do
that's
that.
happening.
Don't test that. Don't test that. For the love of God, do not test that.
Oh, thank you for telling me that. I am going to use that power for evil.
Don't. Not against me. You better not.
Maybe.
No, don't do
I'll
that.
give you $5 if you do it.
Don't do that, please. Don't do that.
Honestly, I was thinking of doing it against Spence, but I feel like that would be mean.
Oh, don't do that to Spence. He might cry.
I
Well,
love
not
doing
cry.
my
He'll be upset.
favorites of each
He
era.
would- he
Oh,
would
that's why I
fire
love
me
doing
as-
top discussions like this, because I like talking
Spence
about
would
movies.
fire me as a mod.
Like we're all unmodded. It's my fault.
I would just cry for a week, be like, my own mods banned me in my own stream. What did I do
Yeah,
wrong?
Ooh, no, you know what? That's something that we can do whenever we tell you to take a fucking break, Nathan.
Hmm?
Yeah, Nathan. I'm not even a mod. I'm just here for moral support for the mods.
This is fine. You're our triplet.
Drink some damn water.
Hydration check.
That's not water, you hooligan.
Ask
Okay.
Bella, it's barbecue water.
I
No,
will
that's-
fight you.
That is not barbecue water. Barbecue water is Dr. Pepper, and we all know this in the
It is
South.
Dr. Pepper.
What do you think I'm drinking?
Pepsi.
No, it's Dr. Pepper cherry.
Oh.
My favorite Dr. Pepper flavor, by the way.
I mean, it's just added cherry on top of the cherry that's already in there.
But it's delicious. Anyway.
To explain, I don't even remember who showed me the meme.
Wasn't it Brent?
It probably was Brent. Someone pointed out to me that fucking Dr. Pepper is just barbecue water, and I shared this curse information with Nate, and he is making me relive it.
Because
Constantly.
because
So-
Dr. Pepper is my favorite drink of all time.
Look, as someone who has lived in parts of the South, several different places, the best thing barbecue-wise I ever had homemade included someone soaking ribs in Dr. Pepper for like a full 24 hours. And that was so good. Like, I have not had anything as good as that, but I know that if I eat it now, my intestines will attempt to kill me.
I feel like your intestines are going to attempt to kill you anyway because of the ice cream.
Oh, they're already currently doing that. I'm lactose intolerant.
Oh, you are just like Ballinger.
Oh, I also ate a fistful of shredded cheese earlier, so it's...
Nate, you act like everyone with lactose intolerance won't actively go out of their way to kill
if it's
themselves for ice
if
cream.
it's not actively killing me, it just makes me feel somewhat shitty, I will eat it. If
Pun
it makes
intended.
me feel really bad, no, actually, that wasn't. Anyway,
This is
can
what we
we
mean
talk?
by the topics kind of get offhand.
So,
What's an attention span?
yeah, really.
I wasn't trying to cut you off. I was just making a fun point. Please continue.
All right, so Sterling, it is your turn to ban. It's time to ban Nate as we go into the.
Hold. Are we? I mean, yeah, we pretty much covered it. The only thing I want to add is the Black Cauldron is severely underrated.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, my favorite era. Disney Renaissance, which started the year I was born.
Because you're old.
Bacon matey.
Bitch, I will smack you with my dick!
Rude. 1989 to 1999. And the movies included The Little Mermaid, The Rescuers Down Under, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, The Lion King, Pocahontas, Hunchback of Notre Dame, Hercules, Mulan, and Tarzan. And can I just say, god damn, that is the stack.
It's a solid era, honestly.
The stack there.
I just want to say real quick with the link that I provided, there's actually some really good trivia about each of the movies on there. And I did not know that Aladdin is the reason we had direct-to-video movies,
Yeah.
which means that Aladdin is responsible for, I believe it's Cinderella 2, where the prince leaps out the window and just goes yeet,
Yeah.
which
It's
is one
either
of the
2
most
or 3,
iconic
and that's my
things.
favorite thing.
Yeah.
It is so iconic.
Also, Nate, that is not a complete list.
I know it's not. I'm just reading off of the list that she posted. Because there's a lot of major hits missing from that.
Oh, does
DuckTales the movie, Treasure of the Lost Lamp, The Nightmare Before Christmas, a Goofy movie, Toy Story, which is the first Pixar movie, James and the Giant Peach,
which I liked a lot more as a kid.
yeah, A Bug's Life, and Doug's first movie, which is the first Doug product since Disney bought Doug from Nickelodeon.
And Toy Story 2, which I want to say is the first sequel on the list we've had, isn't it?
Yes.
No, Rescuers Down Under is.
Oh,
Oh, that's right. Same era, though.
Yes.
okay. James and the Giant Peach, I didn't know until I was older, was a what is that? What was that spooky guy's name?
Tim Burton.
Yep, I didn't know it was a Tim Burton movie, and when I found out, it explains so much.
Turf! Hi, Turf. I don't think it's a Tim Burton, but I think it's the guy that actually made
Hey,
Nightmare
baby
Before
doll.
Christmas. I think Burton just produced it.
I don't remember.
Right.
Henry Selick directed it.
Him.
Tim Burton produced it, but it is the same stop motion film style that Nightmare Before Christmas had. Which, by the way, I have never seen James and the Giant Peach. Growing up, that style terrified me.
Long may I reign.
As it
That's
should.
fair. Like,
But man, this list.
That's fair, because stop motion can be very unsettling.
Live the king.
Like,
Yeah, Nate is Himbo King.
I
Also very fitting because we are about to go into Nate's little um Lion King thing.
which this era does bring up a question. Well, a topic that has yet to be discussed, but we'll get to that in just a moment. Because I just want to preface that 1990, looking at this list, has, in my opinion, like, in the topic of underrated slash underappreciated movies, which is definitely a topic in the next era. DuckTales,
Oh
the
yeah.
movie, Treasure of the Lost Lamp, and The Rescuers Down Under. I don't think they get enough love at all.
I don't think they get enough love, but and I'm going to go I'm this is going to be a very unpopular opinion, especially for those of you who grew up like me as an emo kid. Nightmare Before Christmas is very overrated.
Definitely.
Like I can go on a whole rant about how shitty of a character Jack Skellington is, but I'll just leave it at Nightmare Before Christmas is just entirely too overhyped.
Yeah, it's a big meh for me.
So I do personally like it, but the reason that I like it isn't so much for the characters as the style and the stop motion. Because it's one of the first stop motion movies I ever watched, and I was beyond impressed. Because we watched it in seventh grade when I was in robotics, and we had to do stop motion. So like seeing like the back end and our teacher showing us like different things they had to do gave me a really big appreciation just for how they created the movie.
But going back to the topic that I wanted to bring up, but I feel like there hasn't really been a place to, per se, yet. The music.
Mm.
The
There's
songs.
been a place to, we just haven't because none of us give a shit about the music from Cinderella or Snow White.
Well, there was the Jungle Book, there's the Aristocats, there's Oliver and Company. I'm sure I think Bedknobs and Broomsticks had some, but we saw that.
I think so, but it's been several decades since I've seen that movie.
We are in the
Also,
year
Mary
we are
Poppins
in the year
had.
2024. We can't talk about the music for Peter Pan. Um,
I mean, we can.
no, we can't.
We can. We can talk about how it's very questionable, and that one song that everyone's thinking about right now really shouldn't have been a thing.
Yeah, that thing.
But
But
I mean, they also gave us "You Can Fly," which isn't bad.
yeah, I mean, just you have the Little Mermaid, you have Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, The Lion King. Pocahontas has some good ones. Hercules, but the bangers were The Hunchback of Notre Dame and Tarzan. In terms of like
Please
music,
note, please note that Nate is slightly biased, especially when it comes to Hunchback.
Um, I would just like to add a fun tidbit here that's funny to me now and is probably sending me to hell. Um,
We love that for you. Let's go.
so I
Also,
was at a car dealership with my friend waiting for an oil change when the news about Notre Dame burning down started.
mm-mm.
First thing we did was start singing Hellfire.
I knew that's where this was going.
I can't do it right now because given my current living situation, my grandparents are asleep. I can't do it justice. But I love singing Hellfire because I can do Quasi's part and then go into Frollo's part. Just, it's so much fun. But Phil Collins did not need to go that hard. He absolutely didn't. But oh boy, Elton John didn't need to go as hard as he did for Lion King, but he did, and we are
Look,
grateful to him every day.
we are blessed for the gift that is the Lion King soundtrack. Specifically his version of that song, because let's be real.
That
Like,
song.
can you feel the love
Oh,
tonight?
oh God.
Yeah.
I'm.
I feel like go ahead.
No, please continue. I'm lamenting. Go ahead.
I was gonna say the Renaissance era feels like the biggest era for vocals in their songs that aren't like very soft in the background or just
Yeah,
non-existent.
it really
Cause
is,
like yeah,
and I think that's what I love so much about him.
yeah, because there's so many songs like looking at these I can name or know a song from almost everything here.
Yeah.
It's like it
Yeah.
sticks with you because it's so catchy. It's a lot of it's upbeat, even for like pretty sad situations. So it kind of gets stuck in your head, and then you like have a moment of crisis. You're like, oh god, that scene.
Funny you mentioned moment of crisis. I'm having one right now because I'm having the hardest time keeping the live action movies out of this conversation
This
because
is
you
not about the
abs.
live action.
It is not. That one comes. Fun fact next month.
Spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers in case anyone wants to know what I've got lined up. That's a conversation I've been dying to have. So yeah. Anyway, animated. It's just so good, guys. And Sterling, my friend, I love you.
Before you go into your Mulan, something that I believe we skipped over that comes into play with the Renaissance era that actually started in, I want to say, bronze or silver. Let me double check. Um, but do. It started actually in the silver era. Villain songs. Because
Hold
I
on.
want to say the first villain song was Cruella de Vil, way back in 101 Dalmatians.
I think you're correct, and yes, valid point.
Like, something we just kind of skipped over that because we don't really think about that movie all that much.
Which
But
is just, which feels like a crime in its own right.
I mean,
I remember
it's hard
really enjoying that movie.
it's hard to like a movie where the main antagonist is like, you can argue about a lot of things and you can paint the villain to be sympathetic all you want to, but it is really hard to take Cruella de Vil and make her a sympathetic character. Saying that, I have not seen the live action version with Emma Stone, so I don't know what they did for her. But it's just
No, but Glenn Close nailed that role.
because it's Glenn Close.
Not wrong.
I don't think Shere Khan had a song, but he did sing a few bars.
He sang one line.
Yeah. Which honestly is kind of a crime.
Let's see. And then
Do you want?
in
Hold on, what Ritzels?
I do want to point out, as Pell said, or Pi, gosh, as
Hi.
Pi said in the chat, another amazing Disney movie, even though it's not animated, is George of the Jungle.
Yes, we are very big stans of Brendan Fraser here.
Oh yeah. Oh
Can
yeah.
confirm.
We love that man.
Like, we could honestly do a podcast about him and his movies
Don't tempt
and
me.
spend half of the time talking about The Mummy, and still, I'll tempt you if I want to. Let's do the thing.
I haven't actually seen The Mummy.
I highly recommend it. If nothing else, it is a very fun movie.
Let's
I cannot
preface
tell
let,
you.
let's preface the 1999 movie with Brendan Fraser and The Mummy Returns. You will hear talks of a movie called Tomb of the Dragon Emperor. It does not exist.
Nate, okay.
Fair.
For all of its faults, Tomb of the Dragon Emperor wasn't bad. Jet Li did a fantastic job as the antagonist. Do I wish Rachel would have been brought back? Yes. Do I wish she wouldn't have been busy filming Aragon? Also, yes. But let's not fault that movie because we got to see at least some of the writing was consistent for some of the characters.
It
But yeah,
was. I
Mummy
just.
Returns is when Scorpion King got introduced. Which, on that same vein, I count as the true third part of that trilogy.
Yeah, it is. It is. Um, I'm willing to watch Tomb of the Dragon Emperor again just to kind of give it a more open-minded shot, but Also, that's the reason. Like that. Are you sure that's the reason Rachel couldn't come back? Because I remember hearing she was pregnant at the time and they didn't want to wait.
I'm not 100% sure. I think the timelines add up because I want to say it was towards the end of the 2000s, that decade. But again, I could be completely wrong.
I remember like she was pregnant and they timetables didn't allow for them to wait or something.
Well, they could have pulled a Walt Disney and did like he did for Julie Andrews and wait for her to be unpregnant.
Yeah, that thing.
So.
I know.
And we made it full circle.
Yeah, we did. Good job. Proud of you.
Taking a leaf out of Prez's book and get that segue going.
Marvelous. Okay, Sterling. Let's talk, buddy.
Hit him.
Let's talk. Let me preface this by saying I do not hate Mulan. It's just not one of my favorites.
Bitch,
You're
I
gonna
will
have to
smack you with my dick.
Just saying.
Do what?
You're gonna have to defend yourself. Just saying.
I just never I just didn't care for it as a kid, and I didn't care for half the music in that movie. Which the music is another thing. Like the first half is all bubbly and like just bright and everything, and then like in the middle of a song to the rest of the movie is just tone shift, and it was jarring.
That's the point, though. They did that on purpose because halfway through the song, they came upon the village that was just decimated.
Yeah.
And that's the movie's way of going, oh, yeah, by the way, there's a war going on.
This is what you're fighting for.
Yeah.
You're not fighting for a wife, you're fighting for this.
Yeah, the kid whose doll is there.
I do like a meme. I say a meme. It's a picture I saw of Mulan holding that doll, and it says Mulan found the only girl worth fighting for.
Oh, you're gonna make me cry.
Okay, let's not. Let's see here.
Why you gotta be like that, man? Why you gotta be like this?
Hunchback of Notre Dame. A Guy Like You. Good song. Lion King. Love that music, don't you?
Guy Like You is not that. It is the weakest song on that roster.
But it's fun, and it's fun to sing.
Say it with my whole chest. It's the weakest song on that lineup.
Sterling, I'm gonna need you to ban both of them now, please.
That's fine. Hit me.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Do not. Do not.
Okay, at least it's still better than the live action.
That's not saying much. I still haven't seen the live action.
I will smack you with my dick.
What?
Mulan.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Hunchback. I was like,
Oh no. I think that there's been talks of a live action of Hunchback, but there's no way that they could pull that off.
The president of Disney scrapped it because he was never a fan of the original movie.
Because he sucks. I said it. Fight me. I don't even know who the president of Disney is, but he still sucks.
Yeah. You know, I still think it's a crime that okay, he did kind of get his own song, but
Not ban everyone, Sterling.
I'm just gonna drop this here. What's your favorite villain song?
See, I can't answer that. Because my heart says Friends on the Other Side, but then there's also Mother Knows Best, Poor Unfortunate Souls. Like, you can't answer that.
Yeah.
There's fucking Oogie Boogie song. Hi, Leona! Is still amazing, and I don't even like that movie.
Okay, this also has just the
Should I bring in my grandfather's thing and say if you can't whistle to it, it's not a real song?
That's fair.
I mean, fair.
Yeah.
Hellfire, like, yes, like fire, hellfire.
One of these days, we're gonna get this man somewhere where he can actually belt out a tune, and I'm gonna film it, and I'm gonna show y'all.
We'll just throw him in the back of my car. I've heard it's got great acoustics back there.
Let's go.
Because she's heard me, like, full on, like, full belt sing. what I do on stream is like 40% of what I can do. But
Karaoke night when?
yes, please. One thing I wish this list had was I wish it had the sequels. And I'm sure there's a list somewhere on here. But
Nate,
yes,
chat,
yes.
hit him with that fun fact about be prepared.
Oh, so there are two people singing "Be Prepared." There's Jim. I mean, there's. I don't want to give that one away. Jeremy Irons sings a majority of the song, but during the line "You won't get a sniff without me," he actually. I don't know if he rips his vocal cords, but he did.
Get a sniff without me.
That one. He actually damages his vocal cords during that scream. So they had to get Jim Cummings, who was already there voicing Ed. I believe he was voicing Ed. Don't quote me on that. I feel like I'm correct, but I've been wrong before. Spoiler alert.
If not, I feel like it's one of those things that Jim Cummings has done so many Disney movies. He's probably
Yeah.
just on the lot filming something else.
Yeah, it was
Be
he.
like,
Yeah,
"Hey,
he was Ed. So yeah, they already had Jim Cummings there. So they were like, "Hey, you want to come in and do the rest of this?" And so the rest of the song is Jim Cummings singing "Be Prepared." But
Did not know
while
that.
yeah, fun stuff. While we are here, though, the Renaissance era also has. I want to say this is where a lot of the direct-to-video sequels really started being a thing. Because, like we said, Cinderella got a couple. Aladdin, according to this list, is like introduced the first one with Return of Jafar, and then you had Pocahontas 2, which honestly is not that bad. Aladdin had Return of Jafar and the King of Thieves. It, I'm trying to save the best for last. Mulan had a sequel. Hunchback had a sequel. Little Mermaid had yeah. Um, Little Mermaid had a sequel. Had a couple of sequels. Which the first sequel, I want to say, is called Return to the Sea, which features her daughter. It's actually a really cute movie. Cinderella had a few. Somehow the Fox and the Hound had one. But
before you get to the best one, I feel like the Cinderella sequels were a lot better than the original too, because it built on characters.
I remember hearing that.
Like we got more of the stepsisters, and one of them got a redemption arc, and I'm fucking here for it.
Yeah, I've never seen them, but I remember hearing about that, and I do like that.
Cute.
Beauty and the Beast had one, which is an Enchanted Christmas, and Tim Curry voices the villain in that. But my favorite direct-to-home sequel has got to be The Lion King 2: Simba's Pride, and it's not just biased. It is genuinely a damn good movie. Oh, and a Goofy movie had an extremely goofy movie, which excellent movie.
Wasn't there a Lion King? Yeah, Lion
One and a
King
half.
1.5. Yeah.
Lion King 1.5. Nate and I disagree on. I like it. He doesn't. I think it was better than Lion King 2.
I didn't see anybody redeem a hot take there, Bella.
I was about to say all the spicy opinions. I got them.
Oh, we got you, fam. We got you, fam.
Yup.
So out of
this is where I just get everybody mad at me. This is fine.
And out of all this whole talk, we didn't even touch on the start of Pixar with Toy Story and A Bug's Life.
Because Toy Story isn't that great of a movie.
I'm just saying, like, it started something big in the Disney animated lineup. And at the time, it was fun, but then A Bug's Life came out, and I just infinitely preferred that.
Also,
there's something about the way them bugs move that tickle me.
Let this be known that my opinions are my own and do not reflect on Nate's at all. Please do not attack the streamer. Attack his sister. Bring it. I got a bat.
The fuck are you gonna say?
I'm just saying, like, all of these unpopular opinions that I have, I don't want it to reflect on you. It's a me.
Bitch,
Mario.
you act like I don't have my own bad opinions. Sterling's ready to kill me now.
You do, but I also don't want you to be blamed for my shitty opinions.
Okay, you want to hear a bad
Thank you, I'm
opinion?
sorry.
Oh, please do go on.
I would fuck the crickets from A Bug's Life.
I haven't seen A Bug's Life, so I can't tell if that's a bad opinion.
Oh, it's absolutely a terrible opinion.
Listen, Molt is a himbo.
He
Nate would
is.
know he is a professional himbo.
No, wait, the grasshoppers. Never mind.
Oh, I would. Yeah, that too.
Oh, you
But
meant
still.
you meant the grasshoppers.
Yeah.
But listen, Hopper looks like a daddy. Just saying. But who doesn't like Heimlich? He wants to be a beautiful butterfly.
So much.
I feel like this took a couple of turns that I don't think many people were expecting in chat, and I'm just.
I told you.
I'm here for it.
So let's ask the difficult question here.
We already talked about Robin Hood. Like, I'm fully on board for this.
As I have my own bad hot takes, like Lion King not being my cup of tea. Listen, we respect opinions here first and foremost.
Yeah.
Do we?
Yes, we will jokingly say that you're wrong, but we also won't like burn you at the stake for having an opinion that we
Hold
don't
on.
agree with.
Hold on.
As long as it's not illegal or harms someone in a different way.
Can someone
No.
hold on? Wait. I did a stupid. I did a
Hi,
stupid.
friends. What, Nate?
I did a thing.
What did you do?
Oh wait.
I said we respect opinions here. And Ritzel said, do we though? Can someone explain to me why instead of glaring at the camera, I glared at the microphone? As if that's where the source came from.
Nate, do I need to remind you that you are a himbo?
This is a great time to plug the fact that Nate has merch for himbos, bimbos, and thembos. Check it out.
Can confirm I have an emotional support Thembo shirt that is one of my favorite tank tops.
I have the emotional support Thembo, the Thembo pure of heart, dumb of ass, and I told you this was a bad decision. Or no, this was a mistake.
That's what
That, my friends, is what we call a mistake. Listen, that was one of the first things I said on stream, and it just stuck. It stuck for like 2 months, and then it just faded into obscurity. But I kept the merch.
You're slowly taking it back.
My grandfather questioned my sanity when he saw that on the back of my monitor, which, by the way, is sticking out into the living room so everyone who walks by can see it.
Love that.
Love it. But permit me to ask the hard question.
The hard or the hard?
Wait, the favorite villain song wasn't the hard question?
What is your favorite Renaissance era movie?
Hercules. Or Beauty and the Beast, depending on the day, honestly.
Me asking that as if it is a hard decision.
We know what it is, but tell us anyway.
I'm talking about y'all. Like I there's so many to choose from. It's like, how do you choose, Nate? Like, most of us grew up in the 90s, so we know which ones we gravitated towards.
Do we?
But yeah, mine's fine.
Do we remember? We are including Pixar.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Pixar's a part of it. It's animated Disney. It's just a different branch of it.
And apparently Studio Ghibli is also part of it, I forgot.
Oh, well, that's a whole other conversation.
I feel like Miyazaki deserves his own Codpast.
I'm not knowledgeable enough on those.
This is fine. This just means you need to watch his movies.
I've seen like 4 of them. I do want to see the new one.
I did see it in theaters with Pi. Personally, this might upset some people. I don't know how much people in here have seen it. I don't think it's one of the better ones. But I also think that the screening I went to had a lot of issues with things being too pixelated.
Oh.
So it felt off to me. So like if I see it on a bigger screen or a smaller screen, But I will guarantee you, if you like birds going into that movie, you will not like them coming out.
Aw,
Oh.
Robert Pattinson, not a good bird.
Oh, Robert Patterson did amazing. I didn't even know it was him. I had to wait till see which character he played. But I genuinely dislike birds in real life for the most part, and I really did not like them in that movie.
Oh, jeez. Not bad, huh?
They're creepy. They did really good with creepy.
My aunt has a bird phobia, and now I want her to watch that movie.
Oh, she'll
Don't be,
probably piss herself. Don't do that.
don't be a dick.
Listen, I had, like, when Jurassic World Dominion came out, both her and my grandma decided, let's go see Jurassic World Dominion. I'm sitting there going, what?
You don't want to do that.
And they were like,
You don't wanna do that.
And they were like, do you want to go
Wait,
see it with
what?
us? I'm like, you're asking me to go see Jurassic World Dominion. Of course I want to go see that, but okay. And the scene when the Metrodon just popped out of the shadows, my aunt almost jumped out of her chair and into the aisle. It was funny. But
Wait, Pi makes a good point. None of the Muppet movies are on here.
they're live
I
action,
did.
though.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
They're live action, though.
So we'll just do a Muppet Codpast. Got it.
Don't think
Oh.
Nate likes Muppets, so that'll just be us.
I like Muppets. I just haven't seen most of these movies in God knows how long.
As a Muppet, you should like the Muppets.
You are correct.
Muppet rewatch. He likes Treasure Island.
And I like the Muppet Christmas Carol, so that's a good choice.
If you don't like Treasure Island or Treasure Planet, you haven't seen them, or you're incorrect.
Oh,
I'm
I
sorry.
actively love both of them.
Perfect.
Which, funny you mentioned that. Disney post-Renaissance era. 1999 to 2009. Or as I like to call, the underappreciated era.
Recess, school's
Okay.
out.
It was only really underappreciated by the adults at the time. I have not found a single person in our age group that has not raved about movies from this era.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's our era.
Yeah, and how they're just like so mad that they didn't get the recognition that they deserve.
Like, looking at the lineup here from this, like, from 2000 to 2009, Jesus Christ.
They pumped him out.
It's a solid list.
Yeah.
Upon
I mean, it starts with Fantasia 2000, which, the Tigger movie, which that was a very cute movie. And then we have one of my favorites, completely underappreciated, Dinosaur.
I
What-
will say Dinosaur is very underappreciated because it is rarely talked about whenever anyone talks about like the 2000 era.
Which I can go into which I can go in depth about Dinosaur, but
I mean, it's
I don't want to
good.
list off all these movies because this is a lot.
Quick fire, let's go.
Lizzie McGuire movie is hot shit, and I love it.
Okay.
Lizzie McGuire movie is great.
Ant Prisoner
Lilo
Groove,
and
Recess, School's Out, Atlantis, The Lost Empire, Monsters Inc., Return to Neverland, Lilo and Stitch, Spirited Away, Treasure Planet, Jungle Book 2, Piglet's Big Movie, the Lizzie McGuire movie, Finding Nemo, Brother Bear, Teacher's Pet, Home on the Range, The Incredibles, Pooh's Hufflepuff movie, Howl's Moving Castle, Valiant, Chicken Little, The Wild, Cars, Meet the Robinsons, Ratatouille, Enchanted, Wall, Bolt, Up, Ponyo, A Christmas Carol, and The Princess and the Frog.
Did you pronounce Wally?
I said Wally.
I heard you say Wall.
No, I said Wally. You said fire round, so I went fire.
This is true.
Anyway.
On this list, I can guarantee you right now that Ratatouille is one of the favorites of one of the dorks in this chat currently.
Oh, this is fine.
We love that.
Yeah, my dork.
It's really hard. This one is the hard one to pick a favorite out of because you have Lilo and Stitch, but you also have Atlantis and Treasure Planet. And then you go further down, you have Meet the Robinsons, which until Coco came out was my favorite Disney movie ever. Then there's fucking Wall-E, Princess and the Frog. Like, this one is a hard batch of Disney movies to pick a favorite from.
Yet this is also the range of most underappreciated.
I've never seen Valiant. I don't even know what the heck that is.
I also haven't seen half of these movies.
This is... Well, they put out a fucking lot, like you said. There was a lot in this era.
Like, obviously, my favorites are Dinosaur. That's number one. The Emperor's New Groove, Atlantis, Treasure Planet, Lilo and Stitch, Brother Bear, Princess and the Frog.
I think people are counting Princess and the Frog in the revival era.
It's the last movie of 2009.
That's why I'm confused because some people are counting in the revival era.
Oh, I see that. I see that. Huh.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is saying 2008. Okay.
I'm gonna say Princess and the Frog is in the
Revival?
like no, it's before the revival era simply because it's the last 2D movie.
Also
So
fair.
we'll have that one be the cutoff.
Which makes me so mad, but we'll talk about that later.
We'll get there in a minute.
Yeah, that thing. My favorite post-Renaissance movie is Meet the Robinsons. Good deal. Also, remember liking the Three Musketeers with Mickey in them. Yeah, that was a thing, but I think that was a home release.
Fun fact, I still haven't seen Chicken Little.
It took me so long to get through that movie. Like, for some reason, I kept getting cut off, and I finally finished it, and I was like, oh, okay.
And then you have movies like Home on the Range. It's like, what?
This one, I don't know what it's officially called because I can't remember, but I feel like this one was Disney's experimental era because they went through.
Yeah, they really
They
did.
made some choices.
There were some choices made. Yeah. Home on the Range, prime example. And then you had Chicken Little, The Wild, which I guess counts. Meet the Robinsons, Wally, Bolt. And then you had, I guess you could say, quote unquote, the prime of Pixar with The Incredibles, Finding Nemo, and Cars.
Like
And Ratatouille.
This was definitely when Pixar started taking off. Like they got a good stride in the 90s when they found their footing and started making their movies, but like this decade was really when they started going for it.
Yeah. And honestly, the overall, like, because Incredibles was good. Wally, obviously. Ratatouille, obviously. And Up. And Finding Nemo. Like, all of these movies are, like, fantastically.
Toy Story 3 was
2010. Yeah.
Your question.
Yeah. We also got National Treasure and Pirates. Yes, we did. And fantastic movies. But again, live action. I don't discredit. Because they're.
Okay, but
I've been wanting to rewatch the Pirates movies so hard, by the way.
Look me in the face and tell me that Nick Cage isn't just a fucking cartoon character.
He really is. He really is. And Johnny Depp as Jack Sparrow is completely cartoon. Because, like, say we, like, those first 3 Pirates movies, like, there's just. A lot of people say, like, okay, the first one's the best. Okay, and then 2 and 3 were just kind of eh. I disagree. I find them to be just as good as the first one. It's after 3 where it kind of gets weird.
I haven't seen anything past 3. 3 was okay. 2 was okay.
I liked 4 because it had Ian McShane as Blackbeard. And anything Ian McShane is in, I'm here for. Only seen Up in French.
That is impressive. Also, big cry. Big cry.
Yeah, I saw that movie once and I vowed I will never watch it again.
I have not actually seen it. I don't think I could ever bring myself to see it.
There's a movie later on in this list that I have yet to watch and I will never watch it.
It's okay. Same for me.
Yeah.
Up is one of those movies that honestly deserves all the love that it gets just because of how the first 10 minutes, the story that they tell in the first 10 minutes by itself is beautiful and hard to replicate. But then,
It's also hard to get through.
oh yeah, it's very hard to get through. It's one of my top crying movies, and there's a reason for that. But then to go from that story and then have the character arc that Carl does is still pretty fucking awesome. You can't skip the intro.
That's the whole point of the movie.
Like that tells you why we are where we are at.
Also, I would like to beg
Rage.
forgiveness. In all this talk of Pixar, and all the amount of times I've listed off Pixar movies, I never once mentioned Monsters Inc.
Well, we're technically in that era.
I know,
so-
but like I keep excluding it in my listings, and I feel like that's a sin. Because honestly, I think Monsters Inc. is my favorite Pixar movie. It and Bug's Life, but in this era, Monsters Inc. Then we have a lot of sequels, but like the top
sequels,
like the top 4 movies, like top 5 movies, Disney. I mean, Dinosaur, Emperor's New Groove, Atlantis, Lilo and Stitch, and Treasure Planet. Nate redeems rant. Bella, go.
Wait, what am I ranting about?
Treasure Planet.
Oh, I mean, it's a mini rant, but for those of you that don't know, and I'm pretty sure most of you probably do, but we were slotted to have 3 Treasure Planet movies. The other 2 were written. Everything was ready, but because Disney didn't want the first one to be made, they purposefully just didn't fucking advertise it. Like, they didn't do shit for advertising so that it could underperform in the box office, and they used that as an excuse. We're like, well, no one wanted to see it, so I guess we just won't do the other movies. But they exist. There's screenplays of them, and I demand, not quietly either, that we get at least printed versions of the screenplays so we could read them like books. Like, I need these. I require these. Give us these, you fucks.
I would commit cardinal sins and actually break the Geneva Convention for those to be physically handed out so people can read them, because that is my favorite movie of all time, and I will die on that hill.
I'll help. Let's
go.
I would like to see the baby. Or in this case, I would like to see the sequels.
I would like to rage.
I will find a way to get a sugar daddy to get enough money to produce those damn movies.
But I want to talk about Dinosaur for a minute. There's an obligation here because, but that movie is what put Carnotaur on the map in terms of like kind of making it known as a species. Yes, the species was in the Lost World book, but a lot of people like didn't really care about it. And then this movie came out. It's like, oh, Carnotaur! Like that movie made those things like just terrifying, and they were so well done. Granted, they were much bigger than they should have been, but the reason they went with Carnotaur is because, and I agree with this. Well, when you think of it, when you see a dinosaur movie, what's the big dinosaur, like the big carnivore that you expect to be in the movie?
Probably a
T-Rex.
T-Rex. So they wanted to switch it up some. So they went with the Carnotaur instead of the T-Rex. And honestly, like, that was such a good choice on their part. But just visually, like, oh my god, it's beautifully just designed and just... I'm salty this movie didn't get enough love. Like, this movie came out, and it was not a box office bomb. But it came out, and that was the end of it. It had a video game and a few like kid books, which all Disney movies get. Like the books, not the video game. But that was it.
I feel like, and I did not remember this until just now, Nate, but I think this was the first, or at least the earliest one that I remember, movie that I saw in theater with my grandma.
Which one?
Dinosaur.
Oh, yeah. And then,
What were you about to say, Ritzels?
Didn't Treasure Planet also get a game?
I think it did.
Time to hunt it down. What was that noise?
That was me saying I have no idea.
Mm.
Battle, Procyon?
Black Cauldron was discussed briefly. I believe what we said was it was one that just doesn't get enough love that it deserves for that era. Because when we're going through by era. Also, hello,
Yeah.
hi.
Hi, welcome on in.
We're going through by era, and we kind of agreed that that's when we liked the most amount of the Disney movies of that era.
Before the
Gold and Silver,
Renaissance.
yes. Yeah, Gold and Silver, yes, laid the foundation for Disney movies, but the Bronze era is where we liked a lot of them because those were a lot of them from our childhood.
Yeah. But Black Cauldron, such an underrated film.
Yes. Honestly,
Friend.
hi friend.
Hello, welcome on in. Happy to see you.
Ooh.
So,
Sorry.
to ask the question that I was told was impossible. Favorite this era?
Look, I already told you it ain't gonna happen. I can give you a list.
How about
but I
top
only have
5?
one. Hold on, let me pull them up again. I might be able to give you 5. I might have to narrow it down some.
Want to be top 3?
I will fight you. We'll throw hands.
Oh, mine's easy. Treasure Planet, hands down. I will fight everyone.
You must be some kind of a dumbass.
Thank you, Sterling. She dragged me here. I had no choice.
I can't give you 5.
You don't want
Like,
to, or
I just can't. The movies that I like the most out of this era is more than 5, so it's gonna be a list.
All right.
But
How about this? Out of all of the movies you like, which one speaks to you the most musically or artistically?
I can tell you right now. Carry on. I'm shutting up.
Musically, that one does definitely narrow it down a lot. I would have to say just because I love the music for it, it would be either Princess and the Frog or Lilo and Stitch. Just because the music for those two movies I love so much, and Princess and the Frog especially, just because it's a sister city to my home. Like, New Orleans is a sister city to my hometown, so I already love that city to begin with.
But also Keith David.
Oh yeah, also Keith David.
Also Keith
Yes,
David.
absolutely.
Yes.
Shrix, don't tell me no list. I'll fight you too.
I kind of feel bad because like I keep forgetting that Princess and the Frog is included here. I keep thinking that was the next era.
Right. I got a question for you both. Out
Yes.
of that list of movies, which one do you dislike the most?
Dislike the most?
Yes.
And out of the ones I've seen,
That thing.
Return to Neverland, the Peter Pan sequel, I just didn't really care for it.
You know, yeah, that one felt unnecessary.
I won't lie, I didn't even know there was a Peter Pan sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a Peter Pan sequel. It came out in 2002.
Oh god.
Yeah, it's Return to Neverland.
I didn't know there was a Jungle Book too. Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah, I never watched that one.
Of the ones that I've seen, much like Nate, I would have to say Return to Neverland because I was an adult when I finally watched it, and by that time I already didn't like Peter Pan. So for me, it just wasn't for me. It had already lost its magic.
And
That's
obviously,
fair.
my favorite's Dinosaur. Like, there's no discussion that needs to be had.
Auntie says Home on the Range, which is very fair.
That is interesting, and I haven't seen it.
It's
I'm gonna raise you home on the range. Raise your home on the range with the Wild.
I've never even seen that one though.
Oliver and Company, Goofy Movie, Atlantis, and Ampersand Groove were my faves, hands down. That's a good list. That's a really good list.
Yeah, that's a very solid list. That's a good ass movie day right there.
Never go wrong with Keith David. Mwah.
Hey Ren, next time I'm up there, does that mean that we're gonna be watching all of those movies? Because I absolutely would watch all of those.
Yes.
Let's go. Movie day. I've never seen The Wild either.
Like I said, I haven't seen half of these, and I kind of want to.
Okay, I'm looking at the poster for it, and honestly, it's just giving me Madagascar.
Look,
And that's probably because of the lion and the giraffe.
I feel like this movie came out around the same time as Madagascar.
It might have, which might be one of those things where it just, oh, Eddie Izzard's in it? Really? Huh. It might just be one of those things that they're both are like relatively the same thing, but one of them was more famous.
Yeah, kind of like A Bug's Life and Ants, but that's a whole other thing that happened with that movie. That's a whole other drama bowl that happened.
Drama
That's
bowl.
a 5-hour Codpast just about how ants just anted.
Well, Here's what I remember hearing. I think it was a ripoff of Madagascar. I have Oliver on Laserdisc and you have a Laserdisc player? That's impressive. I have Jurassic Park on Laserdisc. Which, fun fact, I found that at an antique store for like $10. I said, "You're mine," thinking it was the soundtrack. I was wrong.
Oops.
But if I remember what I read right, apparently the with Ants in A Bug's Life, one of the artists on A Bug's Life or Ants got fired. And so they went to another studio and said, "Hey, let's make this movie." And so they made the other movie. So that's interesting.
I mean,
that's the TLDR. That's the TLDR.
If I had $1 for every time someone was fired from Disney and then went to another studio or started their own studio, I mean, that's how we got fucking. Oh, then I immediately forgot the name of the studio. Damnation. The one that did Shrek. Y'all know the one I'm talking about.
DreamWorks.
Thank you. I was thinking Dreamscape. That's not it.
Close enough.
Pretty much.
I mean, you had Dream, right?
Streams? The Minecraft streamer?
Sorry. Didn't he die?
What?
I feel like Jared told me that he died.
He did not die.
I have no idea.
Jared, I know you're in here.
That's what it was. Because animated films have such a long lead times and development is generally time consuming. The story goes that someone found out about A Bug's Life from his buddy and then basically stole the idea and rushed it into production as Ants for DreamWorks.
Nate, I just tagged you. Bella, if you want to look too, in movies in the Sanctuary is the picture of the Laserdisc for Oliver and Company.
Ooh, nice. Ooh, that's awesome.
Ooh.
Heard it.
He's shiny.
I like.
I shall touch it.
Jared in the chat. What did I say?
You know what you said.
We can't yell at my child without giving him context. Something about Dream dying.
A Bug's Life over Ants. Oh, duh. That's no competition. Who played Dr. Zachary?
That just makes me think of the fact that Dr. Charles Winchester, from MASH, played Jumbo Chiquiba.
Played the Mantis? Oh! I love the Mantis in that movie.
Jared, don't wish death upon people.
That's very rude.
How dare.
How dare you
We are
threaten me with a good time?
We are. Oh, that took a turn. We are.
I mean, death is a good time.
Oh, stop it.
I say that as a joke because if that is actually a joke. Pi, please don't come out of the other room and stare at me aggressively. That was a joke.
I feel like that's going to happen regardless, so you better get
Full
ready for this.
eye
I've
contact.
been really good about those kind of quote unquote jokes lately, but he still will like stare at me from across the room like, why did you just say that?
I've been good this year.
It's only 4 days in and you're already threatening to have a good time by dying. This ain't it, Chief.
Prolong eye contact.
Contact. Prolonged eye contact.
Prolong eye contact.
Okay, no, thank God.
I missed it. Got his own back in. I'm expected to hear in the background. The fuck you say? Oh, now on to the final era. I'm not listing all these movies off because it's a lot.
Look it up if you want to know.
This is a very
They have Lion King listed here.
very long list for this one.
Yeah, we're not gonna.
I just want to talk.
To
about
preface,
how
we're talking
Romeo-
about from 2010 to present. So
I just want to talk about how Romeo and Juliet and Mars Needs Moms is in this era, and at least one of those is regarded as the worst movie ever.
Hey, I actually liked Romeo and Juliet.
I wasn't talking about Romeo and Juliet.
She wasn't talking about Romeo and Juliet.
I was talking about Mars Needs Moms. So many people shit on that movie. I haven't seen it, so I can't.
I feel like
I don't have an opinion.
I feel like we should watch that.
I'm down. Let's go.
Wreck-It Ralph and Big Hero 6. Yeah, among the best here.
Okay, this is another era that's just going to be one of those that's impossible to say a favorite out of, even though I constantly say Coco is my favorite Disney movie.
I mean, I got a few that could be listed here, but
I got some hot takes for this era too that aren't exactly hot takes.
I'm gonna throw this out there right now. Frozen is shit, and The Incredibles 2 is overrated.
Frozen is overrated, and I feel like Big Hero 6 should have gotten at least a fraction of the entire hype that Frozen did.
Big Hero 6 should have gotten the hype that Frozen did.
Yeah.
So many live action movies included here. Go away. And also, Toy Story 3, overrated.
I don't think I've seen that one all the way through, but I've also not really seen all of the Toy Story movies, so...
I haven't seen 3 or 4 myself because I just can't bring myself to watch them.
Let's see here. Zootopia was a gem? Yes, it was. Honestly, where you stopped watching Disney?
I mean, that's fair.
Frozen wasn't bad. I liked the music. I only want to sit after Frozen. Beowulf was a better movie.
Frozen wasn't a bad movie. Honestly, Frozen as a Disney movie is kind of mid. But the problem comes in, and this is not a knock against Idina Menzel because she is absolutely talented enough to deserve all of the praise that she gets. But that fucking song was everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, that song is still like
everywhere.
I have a niece that was old enough to be a Frozen kid, and her parents still can't listen to that song. If they hear it, you see them go through just like flashbacks, war flashbacks.
I will say this about Frozen, and in doing so, I will retract my former statement. The movie itself isn't bad, and I'm going to just agree with Bella 100%. Like, the movie itself wasn't bad, but the hype it got ruined it. But saying that, and while I haven't seen Frozen 2 yet, I prefer Let It Go over Into the Unknown.
I've heard a lot of people say that the second Frozen is better than the first one. Um, I haven't seen the second one either, so I can't. I have a very strange relationship with Frozen because as much as I love Josh Gad as an actor, and again as talented I think as he is, I loathe Olaf
Mm-hmm.
with a burning passion hot enough to melt the fucking snowman. I don't know what it is about the character, and playing Kingdom Hearts 3 did not help, but I cannot stand Olaf.
I'm going to make this comparison. Olaf to you is what Jar Jar Binks is to the Star Wars fandom.
Yeah,
Or hear me out. For those of you who know Spence, it's like Spence to the Moon Cat.
I will fight him over the Moon Kitty.
Or Shreks with more Pekka. But like, it's not bad, but it just got overhyped, and there were a lot of movies that came out that deserved even a fraction of that hype. Big Hero 6 being a big one.
What the
Moana deserved more hype than it got.
I feel like Moana got a decent amount of hype because Moana is what essentially dethroned Frozen for kids. Like I got to see that shit in real time again happening with my nieces.
Yes, but only until Frozen 2 came out.
Yeah, probably.
3 years later.
They had a bit of a reprieve.
Yeah, and then Frozen 2 came out, and I was like, never mind, we're here again.
Yeah.
I just want to point out to make sure we get to it at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
But Miramax used to be a subsidiary of Disney for a while, and I absolutely want to talk about it because Pokemon movies were distributed through there, and
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon is
It
amazing.
is. It's animated, so it counts.
Yeah.
And I've actually seen those two movies that are listed here, so yeah.
I feel like now is. I
yeah.
feel like now is when we need to get Spence in the conversation.
Yeah. Encanto, I can never say it right.
Oh, and Kanto is
Is
so good.
I love that movie. It was so good. I cried like a baby at the end of it. Um, but it is like that, and a lot of the things on here that I'm seeing that I like are also Studio Ghibli. So I'm like, oh,
I'm sitting here watching the chat and listening to y'all, hoping someone brings up a movie. I'm not going to say which one until a little bit later on, but I just want to see. I'm testing something.
yeah, y'all. Why don't you tell us like what movie out of the newest era that you like from Disney, or once you don't like? Because I think it's gonna be one that someone doesn't like, and if it's something someone does like, Nate's gonna have an aneurysm.
Like Toy Story 3 is on here. Eh. Tangled, beautiful movie.
Ah, so cute.
Love that movie. And Mandy Moore and Zachary Levi were phenomenal. And like I See the Light, like the music is so good in that movie. But again,
No, I didn't know that was Mandy Moore.
that was Mandy Moore.
That
She
explains a
killed
lot.
it. She killed it. Cars 2, meh. Brave. My dear, my girl, love her.
I still cry when I watch Brave. Like pick this okay, this era I feel like especially but a lot of Pixar movies this era is when they really start ramping up the all right, we're going to make you fucking cry now.
Oh yeah,
We're gonna make you have feelings about your family you didn't know you had. Welcome to PTSD.
Yeah.
I was about to say, did you mean Encanto?
Oh my god, yeah.
Wreck it.
But,
Around. Sorry.
a shout out to a very weird movie that, funnily enough, lives up to his name. Strange Magic. I swear to God, is a drug trip, especially towards the end.
I've always wanted to see that movie, but I never got around to it.
Especially, watch it this weekend because it is a good time, and I think you'll like it.
Like, there's like a lot of the movies on here I haven't seen yet.
I really hate it.
Let's see. Cars 2. Meh. Listen, Cars in general is just I've never been a fan of Cars.
The first one was good. I have not seen any of the rest of them, so I can't weigh in.
I didn't like 2, and I didn't watch 3. Wreck-It Ralph. Mwah. Chef Kiss.
Christopher
Mwah.
Robin in the realm of Mary Poppins in the term of animation.
No, Christopher Robin would count as a live action because it is a live action movie.
Well, I mean,
The
we
characters
did
are
talk
animated,
about
but
we did talk about Mary Poppins, and it is a mostly live action movie with just that one snippet.
that being said,
so-
Christopher Robin, fantastic movie. Ewan McGregor, my dude.
I actually haven't seen that yet, but I've been meaning to. But
It-
it's also like the
It's a cute movie. It's a cute movie.
I feel like that's another one that's gonna make me cry just because it's Winnie the Pooh related.
Yeah,
Cool, love that.
being the best one. The other two just yeah. Brave is, in my eyes, the most underrated Pixar movie. To me, it might be one of the most underrated Disney movies.
It really is, and part of me wants to say that might be just because Merida didn't have a love interest.
Which is stupid.
It is.
that's what
Uh,
Disney built like their platform off of though, was love interests and that fantasy of having the perfect person.
And I love how like they're really starting to drift away from that.
Same. I am glad that they are taking the focus away from finding your one true love or even just a significant other. And I want to say Frozen is definitely what started that, but Brave is what started that, but Frozen is what really amped it up. And another mini rant
Yeah.
about Frozen, that whole sisterly bond that everyone raves about for that should have been also included for Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah, Lilo and Stitch
Give-
did that first. Fight me.
Give Nani the fucking respect she deserves.
I will say this about Frozen. Frozen introduced the concept of you can't marry a guy you just met. Which if you look at most of like these Disney movies, it's kind of a thing.
Oh yeah.
Like a lot of these like Disney princess movies, they just met the guy.
I
Like,
mean, you can argue with the whole, oh, well, we don't know how much time has passed. Like, nah, Cinderella danced with dude for a night.
like, yeah. So, I really like that.
Like, he couldn't remember what her face looked like. All he went by were her feet.
Man's got a foot
So-
fetish. Just saying.
Oh my god, that definitely opened a
Which-
whole world of foot fetishes.
We do not discriminate people who have foot fetishes.
Oh no, we
It is-
don't. I'm not judging. I'm not.
is
I'm not judging. I'm just making a statement.
It is foot and shoe fetishes are the most common fetish because that part of your brain is for some reason very close to the part of your brain that controls your feet. So
I hate that thing.
Sterling, it is worth watching once because, like we said, it is a fine movie by itself, just for what it is. It's just the hype that was surrounding it after its release was just too much.
Go into it with an open mind, but do not go into it with very high expectations because, like Nate said, like we've been saying, it's an okay movie. It's an okay movie.
Yeah. But yeah, Wreck-It Ralph, Monsters University, which was a fun. It was a fun little thing.
I would genuinely like to rewatch Monsters University because the time that I did watch it, it was in a theater with broken AC and I got food poisoning.
Oh, geez, I'm sorry.
No.
So like it's not a fond memory and I'd like to make that a fond memory. So if anyone wants to watch that,
I forgot Planes was a thing. And then they released a sequel to it a year later.
I forgot that was a thing too.
And then Big Hero 6, which just gets. It was in Kingdom Hearts 3, and it got its own TV show, but still, like when that movie first came out, it got nothing, and that is a crime, I think.
Big Hero 6 honestly deserves a lot more love than it got, if for nothing else because it portrays an interesting take on family, because it's not just like kids and parents or kids and siblings. Sometimes I want to say that Aunt Cass was the first aunt that we had that was trying to raise the kids. But it also shows you, like, we deal with loss of a family member in other movies, Lion King being one of them, But whereas for the most part we don't see Simba like do anything with his trauma, we see Hiro actually going through the full grieving process and coming to terms with it.
Yeah.
Right.
So it honestly definitely needed to get more love than it did.
I just realized they're
I,
including 20th Century Fox movies on here too because Disney now owns them. Interesting.
Oh yeah, I did.
I'm sorry, please continue. Just a little side note.
I will say too, with Big Hero 6, that was one of my eye-opening kind of movies because at the time I was struggling uh a lot with passing. um I had 3 family members die in a row in one year, the
Jeez,
next
I'm
year, the next
sorry.
year.
Oh,
And at the time, like, I didn't think that, I thought it was normal to feel how I felt after so long. And I was like, this is shit. And I felt alone. And I watched that movie and I'm like, it was a big eye opener for me for that grief. So just having that movie, like have watching him go through that grief when he was so young and working through it and doing things to be happier and better himself, uh was a big start in pushing me to seek help for myself. So not only did that movie not get what it deserved, like attention wise, but I think it's a good teaching movie for a lot of that stuff too,
Yeah,
especially for younger kids.
and
definitely.
I to build kind of on that, I know that there have been talks that people have been using Inside Out as a means to help young kids, especially really young kids, kind of recognize and name the emotions that they have. But I do think that a lot of people, especially kids who have gone through like losing an important family member, or even just like people our age that go through grief and losing family members that may never have before, I think Big Hero 6 would be a really good starting point so that they, like you, can kind of recognize that this is a thing that other people go through.
Yeah, absolutely. And having just being able to have those kind of movies where it's enjoyable, but it's also teaching them in a way that's not in their face or suddenly just like you have to go to this counselor or whatever, as a starting point for them to realize that what they're feeling is valid and that it's okay to feel that way. But there's also the time where you need to recognize that it's not okay for yourself after a certain period and to be able to work towards feeling better.
This is why I like having people on here before this because I'm dumb as a brick and I can't like piece anything like that out of these.
It's okay, Nate. Words are hard. We know.
Like
That's that's why I'm
Words
the
and
universal.
phrases.
words, words make.
That's
I'm
why I'm
dumb.
your universal translator.
Thank you, and I'm grateful.
Emphasis on trans. Sorry, gay joke.
It's not gay if you're wearing socks.
Damn it! I just took those off. I
Well,
guess
Well,
it's extra gay now.
do rainbow and or trans socks count? Because I have both of those.
yes and yes.
Yes.
Cool. I'll put one of each on.
Bet.
Beautiful.
Damn it, I'm wearing socks. Sorry, Ren.
But yeah, like Big Hero 6, Strange Magic, Inside Out, and The Good Dinosaur, which honestly, really, really, where's my
Good
love?
dinosaur.
Where's my dinosaur love here? Come on, guys. Come on, guys.
Oh, you need to be watching it with AJ. That was her thing for the longest time. What do you think started her on dinosaurs? It was that and Dinosaur Train.
Dinosaur Train?
Yes, it's a WKNO or Channel 10 or just like PBS, depending on what your region
I just
is.
had Giga roar in my
Uh,
face, and I'm happy.
but it's one of those public broadcasting kids shows that's just like a family of pterodons that somehow adopted a T-Rex, and they go through different eras because the dinosaur train is magic and can time travel,
That
and it's
sounds
educational.
amazing.
It's cute, like it's really cute even for adults.
Interesting.
Jurassic World is a good start.
Jurassic World is a good start.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Listen. If you're gonna start them on Jurassic, you gotta start them on Park. The only thing I remember from Dinosaur was that I had some toys from McDonald's or something. Yeah. I had a Carnotaur toy, and it was one of my favorite things for the longest time.
In case you couldn't tell by Nate's name, Jurassic Nate, he is a big fan of dinosaurs.
A little bit.
The first one's the best one. It kind of got weird after that.
Which one? I haven't run
Planet
for time. No. Do not spread false information in this chat. The first one
Again,
obviously is the dark.
The opinions are my own. I realize they're trash, but I'm gonna say it with my whole chest.
Full chest of both
Fuck the
titties.
shit I'm out. The shit I'm
The
out.
first.
Believed. With your full chest and both titties.
Bam.
Just whole chest, both titties.
No. The first one, super dark, like just depressing. I cry every time I watch it.
Fake confidence
Hold
is
on.
the bra to the tits of your mind. So you strap that bad boy on and hoist them up.
I have a present
until you
for
convince
Nate.
yourself that cleavage
gotta
of
take a
confidence is
picture.
natural. You're gonna do great.
Is it dinosaur things?
It's partially dinosaur related.
Ooh. Oh,
Maybe.
listen, the whole Ducky's voice actor thing is just like it.
Oh,
Always sad. Always sad.
who brought that up?
Ren.
Ren.
But the second one, like 2 through 5 are good. Well, 1 through 5, I guess. But 2 through 5 are just really, really good. After 5, it starts going downhill in art style and voices, because obviously the kids grow up; they have to switch the voices out. But no, 2 through 5 are excellent. But I'm gonna cheat, since Rocket and Groot are such prominent parts of it. I'm gonna say Guardians of the Galaxy is my favorite, because who needs rules? You know what, Auntie? I respect that.
I mean, they're CGI. We'll take it.
I accept this.
I'll take it. Nate, if you would like to share with the class, I posted it in art. If
Also,
not, people can go look later.
Also, I feel like they had an animated TV show, so you know it works.
Oh, it's so nice.
I've been sitting here painting it while you were talking.
For him, I show this on thing.
Also, for those of you who do not know me, the picture that is my picture on here currently is a
Ritzels
drawing
did this, and it looks
of my wife.
amazing.
Oh, that is large. I just see like the top of his head. There you go.
It's the best boy.
His best.
Baby.
Nate, you know what I'm gonna do.
I'm way ahead of you.
What?
We can't see you though, so.
Oh, bring up my chat.
There was something in the way, sir. The best boy.
That's a
Yes.
Meow.
Ren is my adopted sibling.
I adopted sibling.
Hi, friends.
Sibling. Shrix and I are the chaos triplets with Ritzels, so.
Yep.
Yeah, we have very similar brain thoughts at the same time. It's almost alarming.
It's almost.
I welcome this with open arms.
Yeah.
Yeah, going down this list, like Zootopia, phenomenal film. A furry's dream home, I think.
It's also true.
Respectfully, I say this because, listen,
This is not Nate's area of expertise, because our man is ace.
a little bit. I will say this: I love the Frozen reference they have in that.
So let it go.
Like this isn't a cartoon. You can't just go around singing everything. So let it go. I was just like,
even better than those Idris Elba saying that.
oh, that meant that. Listen, anytime Idris Elba is in anything, I'm on board.
True.
But
I mean, dragons are awesome though, so that's approved.
Auntie, thank you. Auntie did it. Auntie did it. Auntie did it.
It is not underrated. That is my niece's favorite movie.
Yet,
She
where's the love for the movie everywhere else?
hang
I
out with
haven't-
When
your
that movie
niece
came
more.
out, like there was nothing for it. Granted, it came out in 2021, but still, there was no hype for that movie.
Hang out with your niece more, and maybe
I can't help that I live an hour away and there's only one vehicle here, and I caretake for my grandparents. I'm sorry.
like you go up to her and be like, "Hey, you want to watch Raya?" And she'll be like, "Yeah."
So
And
I
we-
haven't seen Raya. I know it's been on a list of stuff that I want to watch.
1,000,000% recommend. It is so good. And the choreography with the fighting is fantastic.
I was gonna ask, like, what part of the movie, like, is it the art, is it the music, is it just overall, like, what is, like, a favorite?
Oh, it's not a
What
musical.
made it a favorite?
It's not a
it's
musical.
not a musical. Honestly, the art is probably the best part.
It's one of the better looking Disney movies in this era, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty gorgeous.
And Aquafina as the dragon is just fun.
Aquafina, like the drag queen?
No,
Oh.
the
The actress.
Okay, I was gonna say it's either the drag queen, someone I don't know, or the water. Definitely in the water.
I'm trying to think of something that you may. Did you watch?
Shang-Chi.
Yeah, that was gonna be far more likely than Renfield, probably.
I have watched Renfield.
I love you.
Impressed.
I rented it from.
She's the cop. She's the cop.
Oh, okay.
You know what? Props on that one. See, point in case. Point in case.
I rented it, and then we ended up finding it online and watching it, and I will say, Nicolas Cage is not an actor I can take seriously. So when he's in really stupid roles, it makes me happy because I don't have to take him seriously as an actor.
I feel bad because I promised Bella we'd see that in theaters and we never did because shit went down around here.
That being said, Raising Arizona is probably one of his best films.
The what is it? The one that came out a year or two ago with, oh my god, what is his name?
Pedro Pascal?
Yeah, that one.
The one where he just plays himself?
Yeah, I loved that movie.
Okay, but when hasn't he played himself in a movie?
Fair. This man would actually steal the all of the not national treasures. Jesus. Oh,
Dan would probably try to steal the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah. The Declaration of Independence.
The Declaration of Appendix.
The Declaration of Dickapendus.
I'm not even gonna try to chime into that because I got nothing for it.
He would steal that and be like, "Wait,
Listen,
why is
I'm a streamer and
funny?"
I'm not that witty. I'm a streamer and I'm not that witty. Seems to be my problem.
Ritzels is a streamer too.
Do what?
Ritzels is a streamer too. Go follow them.
She's better than me.
I very rarely ever stream. Don't follow me. It's a waste of time. I will say, if I'm allowed to slightly plug something here.
Please, by all means.
I'm currently working on 2D VTubers for me and Ren. So when we start playing stuff together, that we can be absolute chaos gremlins on stream.
I love
look
it.
forward to that.
That will be awesome.
I also want to do more Final Fantasy 14 with tricks.
Do the thing. Do the thing.
Okay, I'm gonna. Okay, so we already talked about Zootopia. Finding Dory. It was a movie that happened. I haven't seen it.
Cute.
I haven't seen it.
Hi, I'm Sigourney Weaver. That's all I can think about when I think of that movie.
Is it bad that I forgot that there was a live action Lion King?
No, it's not bad. Because it's just the animated Lion King, but with less emotions. And Beyonce.
I mean, sure.
Of course, y'all are actively playing Final Fantasy 14.
I was gonna actually decorate some of Pie's house while we were talking, and then my brain went, I should probably actually try to function in this.
What are functions?
I don't know, some math problems.
Probably.
I will refrain from talking about the live action Lion King until the live
Until the chaos.
action until the live action Disney podcast, because I have opinions about that movie, and I don't want to.
Spoilers.
We don't
Nate
want
is
Nate to get
home.
canceled.
Here's okay, right here. Fuck it. Here's my thing. Here's my thing. Bella Rant is here now. I don't care.
I told you it was. You
I
were gonna get
didn't hate it. There were a lot of elements that I despised with the burning passion of 1,000 Suns. All of them involved Beyonce. There are decisions. There are Rihanna would have been better. There are
would have been better.
there were decisions that were made about that movie that I question. As much as I love and respect Jon Favreau, it wasn't the worst thing I'd ever seen, but it's one of those, like, this did not need to be a thing.
I am of the opinion that the live action Disney movies don't need to be a thing anyway.
Yes and no. Give me a minute. All that being said, with all the hate that a certain song gets in that movie, I can defend it only on the grounds at looking at how the character himself has changed.
Wait, what song?
Be prepared. Yes, I am mad and sad that they didn't use, like, the Be Prepared that we all know and love. But when you look at how Scar is written and portrayed in the live action, that song wouldn't fit here. Because in the live action movie, like, he's not the, well, I don't know.
Theatrical?
He's not the theatrical Scar that Jeremy Irons' Scar was. In this one, he's pissed. He is angry.
We love an angry
So
boy.
the song wouldn't have fit. So the version that we got fits the character that was portrayed in the film. But when you basically copy and paste 95% of the animated movie into this movie, and that's the part you leave out, that's the part you switch up, it don't look good for you, fam. Also, the lack of Can You Feel the Love Tonight, like the radio version, like the Can You Feel the... Yeah, that version was not in the movie at all, is a crime. Yeah, Beyonce had like 3 songs in it. And I just... I'm salty.
I mean, you lost me if they didn't have the good version of Can You Feel the Love Tonight.
Yeah, I don't feel that love at all.
There's no love. Like, listen, visually, it is a beautiful film. It looks good. And the Circle of Life bit at the very beginning was beautifully done. That copy and paste, I liked it. And the fact that they had the singer from the Broadway musical sing the song in it was a nice touch. And I did... Okay, there's... As much as I hate Seth Rogen. Well, he's not even really the big part. It's Billie Eilish, so it works out. The scene from the original movie when Timon and Pumbaa are walking down the path singing the Lion Sleeps. The way they...
Night, Jared.
Hi, buddy, love your face. The way they did that scene, including like different animals coming in, like for like different like backing vocals, was really cool. And the distraction scene, no, we didn't get the hula scene, but we got Be Our Guest as a parody, and it was pretty funny. But that being said, I'm excited for the prequel coming out in December. Uh, anyway, back to this because I got sidetracked. Sorry, friends.
This is fine. We're here for it. We knew. Oh, look, we knew signing up for this that there were going to be distractions.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna hurt your brains a little bit. There's currently a talks of a fifth Toy Story film and a third and fourth Frozen film.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw those.
Yep.
I feel like we could have stopped Toy Story after the third one. We don't need a fifth one.
Okay, I will say that 4 was better than 3.
I have. Okay, here's another unpopular opinion. Toy Story is probably one of my least favorite franchises in the Disney Pixar
I
universe. But also,
I can't say that
the
because
main-
Cars is a thing.
The main reason for that being, though, is because dolls are fucking creepy.
That's
Yes,
fair.
me
Touche.
liking Chucky as a slasher is very much weird twist. I know. Dolls are creepy.
I like 2. Toy Story 2 was good.
Never seen it.
But yeah, Moana came out in 2016. We've already talked about that. Phenomenal film. Loved it. Cars 3. Eh. Bella, it's now your turn.
I've never seen Cars.
No, no,
3,
no, 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 no,
so
no. The next one.
the next one.
The movie that I will never watch.
I had to see what came out next. Coco dethroned Meet the Robinsons as my favorite Disney movie. Simply because. Hold on, I gotta. No, not in here. Not in here.
Kitty.
Come on, back.
Provide the child.
It's the furry child.
I would like to see the baby.
All it is River. You've seen River.
We love River.
Show me the baby.
I would like to see
I'm
the
trying to get the baby to go to bed. But Coco dethroned Meet the Robinsons as my favorite Disney movie after at least 10 years. Because, and this is especially true now, it is something that I can relate to. Because one of my grandmothers passed away from complications with dementia. And so, when I know I need to cry, and I mean really fucking cry, I put that shit on. Because you will sob.
And that is one reason why I will never watch that movie, especially given my living arrangement.
This is perfectly understandable and valid.
For those who don't know, I live with my grandparents, and I'm practically the caretaker for both of them, particularly Grandma. I have always been a grandma's boy my entire life. And so that movie's existence just I cannot bring myself to watch it. Because I know it's going to fucking destroy me. Especially when the inevitable. But yeah. I understand it's a good I understand it's a good movie and I'm all for that. I just can't do it.
This is understandable and respectable.
As it just
Like
that
I
I
won't
put new
see
batteries in because it's damn.
I won't see Onward for a similar reason. So
Yeah.
Ritzels, what's a movie you won't watch?
It's not actually a Disney movie, and I've already seen it once. I was in theaters, and I had people genuinely concerned for me after it ended. Which is The Judge with Robert Downey Jr.
Oh damn.
because it involves the father, and this was after losing my father to a very similar situation.
Mm.
So, I cried so hard that I was shaking the seat, and the ladies in front of me asked my friend if I was okay because I could not talk. And it was a really, really, really good movie, but I could never bring myself to watch it again.
Understandable.
Again, understandable. Yeah.
That and Onward also made me cry like a little bitch. So
Yeah. Onward
Haven't
was a good
seen it
movie.
because daddy issues.
This is fine. We respect.
I mean,
Yep.
daddy issues aren't fine, but it is understandable in our generation.
Yeah,
yeah.
Auntie. There you go. But Incredibles 2, Ralph Breaks the Internet, Toy Story 4. They have the Lion King listed here. Frozen 2, Onward, Raya, Encanto. You know.
Oh, I won't see Lightyear, just because of like the specific clips and stuff I've seen from it. Just as I can't, I cannot bring myself to watch it.
I mean, I kind of want to see it just to see how they do it, but it's never been a movie that I'm like actively like I have to see this now.
I do want to see it, strangely enough, but that is 100% because I am a fan of Chris Evans.
Oh, I am.
Oh, I just saw that he was Buzz Lightyear, and honestly,
I am a Chris Evans. We
yeah.
stand.
Auntie, congratulations for catching hemorrhoids. That is an inside joke that only 3 of us will get.
Oh. I don't know if I want to get it, to be honest.
You're supposed to be one of the ones that gets it. You're his mod.
Oh God! Oh, I repressed that memory.
How did you repress that?
I don't know, but I'm repressing it again. Oh
Fun
God!
fact, if you try to type Bellsprout in some phones, it will autocorrect it to hemorrhoids. I don't know why. It's apparently a thing.
I'm gonna do that on my phone again real quick and see if it's still the same thing. Oh God.
Um, it's not as bad as it sounds, Ren. Our friend Spence, the Pokey Network, one of the streamers that we mod for, was typing Bellsprout and his phone autocorrected it to hemorrhoids. So when he went to shiny hunt a Bellsprout, that's what he named it. And we have not let him live it down since.
That's funny though. I do like that.
And on my phone too.
A lot of people refuse to watch Aragon.
I have watched Aragon. I am so mad. The fact that the creator was mad about that, but they are working on a TV series, and the writer will actually be on the writing team and producing with them, so it should actually be good and represent the characters as they should be represented.
Trix, do you want to take this one or do you want me to?
You're in a call. You do it.
You beat me to it.
I still need to watch the Percy Jackson series. Fun fact: my phone replaces duck with fuck.
It's because you swear too fucking much.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking
Sounds
about.
like a fucking problem.
I don't have a fucking problem.
Take the ducking fuck.
I said what I said, and I
I
stand
saw
by that,
Aragon
so
in theaters
take it,
once and I
put
regret
by
it.
your computer,
And fun fact,
and
okay.
feel
So
ducking
I
fuck.
saw Aragon in theaters because I read the stories and I fucking loved it and I was so excited.
Oh,
My
it's
friend
just a
Mandy told me,
space
don't
duck.
watch it. I didn't listen. I should have
What a
listened. I went to
majestic
see it with my
creature.
mom, my sister, and I think
Zabon,
my
what the
sister's at the
hell was
time
that?
boyfriend.
I believe that was
I
the space duck, sir.
hated the movie with every fiber of my being. I think I left that theater ranting. My mom, having not read the story before, liked it. Didn't understand, but was like kind enough to listen to like 14-year-old me rant about how shitty this movie was. I got her to read the books. She loved the series. And something like 10, 15 years later, I noticed that it was on. And I was like, hey mom, do you want to watch it? I remember you liking the movie. So we put it on. We did not get 5 minutes in, and she told me to turn it off.
I learned recently walking to a bookstore with Pi that there's a new book in the series, and I'm like, what?
Yep, Murtag, I have it. I have not finished it yet.
Is
'Cause
it good so far?
I like it so far. Murtag is gonna be like an emo boy. He needs hugs. We knew this, but he needs hugs.
He needs some affection.
Yes.
Meanwhile, try being the Dragon
And
Ball
maybe.
fanboy who saw Dragon Ball Evolution in theaters on the day it came out.
Oh.
That movie was fun to rip into. It
Let me
was
ask
not
you
good,
this:
but it was fun to rip into.
which one's worse, Aragon or the Dragon Ball movie?
Okay, are we talking about as fans of the franchise, or are we talking about just the movies themselves? Just like
I have
just going
no.
into the movie.
I have seen
Just
both
fans.
movies, but I haven't read the Aragon book. The only defense I have for Dragon Ball Evolution, yes, I have one line of two lines of defense for this movie.
That's unfortunate.
Goku's outfit, like the orange piece, it doesn't look bad. And how the battle aura was like fiery inspired me for something that I've been working on since 2007.
Ooh.
So,
I also like that they got Chow Yun Fat in that. Like, was he the best Roshi? No, but it was nice that he was doing stuff because I hadn't seen him in anything since
yeah,
Bulletproof Monk.
yeah.
As a
That and Emmy Rossum did a good job as a Bulma. I like her as
I
Bulma.
can't even really call myself a fan of Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball because I never finished the series. I'm a fan of the abridged series, but that's because I stopped watching after the Buu saga. I like how we started with Disney and now we've gone to Dragon Ball. But
And Dakota's not even here. What's up, Strix?
No. I'm biased. I'm gonna say Aragon, but Dragon Ball was not nice to the source material.
We're talking about like we're saying which one is worse, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Aragon because I have not read the books, but I remember not liking the movie at all. At least Dragon Ball Evolution inspired me for two things.
Which is sad because the Aragon movie had Jeremy Irons in it.
Even he couldn't carry that movie. And didn't Rachel Weisz play in it?
Look, Jeremy Irons and Rachel tried to carry that movie. Poor John Malkovich was fucking wasted as a character.
Kind of afraid of what they're gonna do with Gundam live action. Either like Pacific Rim or Transformers. Visually, it'll look good.
I'm sorry, that is a Prez of the Castle question.
Stream, hello? Okay. That was weird.
Yeah, I started doing a heckin' buffer on my end too.
That was weird.
I'm gonna need to 180 this and bring up the list that I see here because it was technically it's the Miramax film, but how do y'all feel about The Thief and the Cobbler?
Never seen it.
Oh my god.
Really?
That I watched that movie once as a kid. Hold on, let me get a picture just to confirm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Animated fantasy film?
I had a crush on the Cobbler for so long. The Thief and the Cobbler pie.
man, I haven't seen that in over like since it came out.
Oh, sign me up. Vincent Price is in it. Let's go.
Playing that.
Just look at the picture of the Cobbler. He's so adorable.
Of course he plays the bad guy.
It's Vincent Price! Of course he plays the bad guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Of course
And
he plays. Matthew Broderick, hello. But speaking of Vincent Price, I'm surprised we haven't seen The Great Mouse Detective because, you know, he plays Radican in that.
That's right, it did come out before Edward Scissorhands. I was like, wait a minute, hold on. I had to think about that for a second. Fun fact, that was his last movie.
Which one?
Edward Scissorhands. Y'all know the fucking one.
Edward cuts hair bad.
Snip, snip,
Yeah.
snip.
The one where Johnny Depp is playing the weird pale guy. Oh, wait.
Which one?
Like, that's a whole nother rant.
The weird pale guy who looks like he hasn't taken a shower in anywhere from 1 to 17 days.
Oh, wait.
Which one?
Specifically, choose a number between 1 and 17 and put it on a scale. Yeah, Edward Scissorhands.
I couldn't remember if scissors were plural or not.
It's Scissorhands.
It's
Okay.
Edward Slicerhands.
Edward Snippy Snip.
Edward Butchercut.
Which honestly could prompt a whole nother conversation. Who would win in a fight between Edwards, him or Cullen? I'm not saying Ulrich because he would decimate.
Oh,
I was about to
absolutely.
say, like, that's no contest.
Uh, now you, excuse me, God, you have me thinking about that now, and I don't. Oh,
Please don't die.
I die on a regular basis.
Honestly, my favorite Johnny Depp movie is one where he's not typecasted. It's Public Enemies.
Never seen it.
It's a good movie.
I haven't really liked a Johnny Depp movie since probably Pirates, but that's because he gets typecasted so much.
Just gotta call it. Hey Ed, they called you short. What you call me?
Imagine if they could cuss like freely in that show. He would be flying fucks everywhere.
Also, like, yeah, that's the Disney podcast, I guess.
I guess
Oh,
we did technically get to the end of it.
No,
we didn't talk about.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just like, that's pretty much the end of the list.
Yeah. Well, we didn't get to the rest of the Miramax. There's Tom and Jerry the movie, The Princess Mononoke, and Pokemon Forever, Pokemon Heroes, and whatever the hell Paris 2054 Renaissance is.
Animated tech noir film, meh, whatever.
Yep.
Tom and Jerry the movie. The only time where those two actually speak.
Did you mean spoke?
They speak, they spoke. It's a hoax.
They talk. They talk in the movie, and that's the only time.
Converse.
This one, Pi is specifically, I think it was about the animated ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we kind of threw that one out the window because we,
Like I said, it's kind of hard to talk about Disney without touching on the live actions as well. Not just the live action remakes, but there's so many live action movies in like the '90s that deserve to be talked about. And then like on and on, like there's a lot of Disney live actions that, yeah, it's just one reason why I can't wait to talk. Do that.
I didn't know there was a live action Jungle Book and original film. No, it was released in 1994. What?
That's one of the movies I'm talking about because that might be my favorite live action remake of an animated movie.
I will say I really enjoyed the Maleficent movies.
Look,
I haven't seen
Go
the
t-
second one.
go to that Jungle Book movie and look at the cast.
Let's see.
I'm gonna let you see it before I start listing off names. Because I want to hear this reaction.
I'm just scrolling through down on
What
this
is
list.
John Cleese doing in this movie?
Voicing someone?
No, he's not.
Well, no, live action. Never mind.
So it's got Brendan Scott Lee, Lena Headey, Sam Neill.
It's gonna be baby Lena Headey.
It was John Cleese. Tell me what the pronunciation of the dude's last name in that.
I don't have it pulled up.
Is it Carrie? Carrie Elwes.
Ellis, yeah.
He's in it as, go figure, the bad guy.
Oh, go figure, the bad guy. Excuse?
I just saw John Cleese and immediately went, Monty Python.
See, the more I learn about you as a person, the more I love you. Because yes.
I have the entire Flying Circus on DVD.
Yes. I have at least 3 Monty Python themed shirts.
I saw Monty Python and the Holy Grail in theaters twice.
Nice. I think we have the DVD somewhere.
I think I do too. I don't know.
I don't think you've. Were you the one that said you've never seen it?
Ew.
Monty Python, Holy Grail.
Of course I've seen it. I watched that shit in high school.
Always look on the bright
I'm pretty
side.
sure Life of Brian is the one I'm... It's either Life of Brian or The Meaning of Life. It might be The Meaning of Life I'm thinking about. That I watched the movie one time with a friend in high school, and this one bit just burned itself into my mind. And I'm pretty sure you're gonna get it. This guy with long arms. And the only line he says is, "And it went wherever I did go."
A fish, a fish, a fishy, oh.
And it went wherever I did go.
God, what the fuck one was that? I don't think it was Life of Brian.
I feel like it's Meaning of Life. That impression was so spot on.
I've got to say this because I just learned this. They're making a live-action hybrid adaptation of the Aristocats.
Yep.
No. No.
It's why I don't know. I can't tell you because I don't know.
They're also doing Lilo and Stitch, Hercules, Bambi, Sword in the Stone, Robin Hood, and Sleeping Beauty.
I knew about Lilo and Stitch, and trust me, I have ranted at length about Lilo and Stitch because I am sitting here staring at least 2 different Stitch dolls, and I do not like what they have done to my boy.
Well, the official picture of what Stitch is going to look like hasn't been released yet.
If it's bad enough, people will pull a Sonic.
It's Disney though; they won't listen.
Yeah, that's probably true.
I also see that Snow White, there's a live-action Mufasa, and there's going to also apparently be a live-action Moana.
Yeah, and The Rock's back as Maui.
Oh, perfect. I was going to say it can't be anyone else.
I don't think enough time has passed between the Moana coming out and there being a live action, especially because they're not bringing back the original girl that played Moana.
Yeah, that feels like a crime.
Like, yeah, I'm glad The Rock is coming back, but bring back the original voice actress.
That is actually a good point. I do kind of feel sadness that we didn't touch on Sword in the Stone at all.
I haven't really seen that movie a lot, but I mean, we've kind of gone all over everywhere else. Let's backtrack.
But like, it's a good movie. Like it's not. It's one of those like, yeah, I really enjoyed that movie as a kid, but I haven't seen it since I was a kid. But I remember really liking the Merlin versus Madame Mim. Their duel with each other where they just kept turning each other into different animals.
Yes.
We watched it not long ago. I think it was one of the things that we were showing AJ just because, hey, Disney movie. And I did not remember a lot of that movie.
That
like, I didn't
that
really
poor
at all.
That poor squirrel. That's me and most Disney haven't watched in so long. Yeah. Jen, hi.
Hi, Jen.
Like, there's so many movies on this list that I either haven't seen or haven't seen in God knows how long.
Yeah.
Like, I can tell you with absolute certainty, I haven't watched Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs in over probably 3 decades, and I'm 34. Alan Tudyk returns. Listen, if they're doing anything with Disney, it's going to be Alan Tudyk in some capacity.
Well, I mean, he's pretty much become what John Ratzenberger is for Pixar.
And I'm all for that.
Like, they've confirmed that.
That being said, I do want to watch Wish when it hits Disney Plus, just because of him voicing the goat. Because the goat actually has speaking parts. He's actually, I think he has a song too.
He trained at Juilliard.
I am coloring. Yay.
Yay, coloring.
If they mess up my Aristocats, they're going to riot. Listen, since we're on the topic of live action, I want
Let's
to
start
go.
a
I want to
vote.
preface this. I say preface. I want to say this real quick. There are two underrated live action movies, like live action remakes. I just want to touch on here briefly. The first one is Pete's Dragon. The original 1977 movie is 100% a product of its time, and oh boy, it's my mom's favorite Disney movie, and it's just looking back on it, it doesn't hold up at all. But the remake takes the basic premise and makes its own story with it, and it's very well done. Plus, Bryce Dallas Howard and Carl Urban. I'm sold. But when Disney Plus first launched, they released a live action Lady and the Tramp along with it.
Oh.
And honestly, it was really, really cute. I did not hate that movie. I thought it was pretty well done. Plus Tessa Thompson is Lady.
I mean, love her, period.
Yeah. Would the live action Jungle Book be considered underrated? I think both of them are.
Both of them kind of are.
Like obviously, I hype up the 1994 movie just because like it is its original story. But the live action Jungle Book was really, really good.
Good night, Ren.
Ren,
Thanks
have a
for
good night. Thanks for stopping
by.
in. Hope you have a good night.
Nice to meet you.
Likewise. Bye.
I just want to sidetrack again here real quick because I pulled up Disney Plus. There's a movie called A Kid in King Arthur's Court.
Yup. Was it 1994 film?
I feel
was
that
close.
one was Fever Dream.
That and
It
Tall
feels
Tale.
like it is.
Look up Tall Tale.
Oh, Tall Tale. That one is definitely a fever dream.
It's got, I want to say Patrick. Is that Patrick Swayze? No.
Oh my god, it's got the purple cow my mom always warned me about.
Um.
Hold on, I need this piece
No.
of Ritzels lore.
So it was
It was Patrick Swayze.
What did Babe ever do to you?
No, so what happened was when I was a kid, my mom and dad on car rides would tell me to look for a purple cow because once I saw the purple cow, my wishes would come true. And as a child, you think, "Oh, purple cows are real. That's amazing." So I always
Oh
looked
wow.
for that damn purple cow. And then when I got older, my mom broke my heart by telling me they weren't real and then proceeded to get me a book called The Purple Cow, which was just a blank notebook. And I was like, "This is crushing me here."
First off, rude.
Rude.
They did that so that you would be quiet during the car ride, I guarantee.
Oh, that's exactly why they did it. They wanted me to find that damn purple cow. Oh, and of course, brown cows made chocolate milk, so they wanted. I was thinking about I can get chocolate milk straight from the source.
I remember thinking that too as a
I
kid.
did too.
That was easily broken when I went to visit a friend's farm, and she proceeded to show me by squirting me in the face with cow's milk that it was not, in fact, chocolate milk.
Plus, you wouldn't want to drink cow
Oh,
milk straight from the teat.
Oh.
I've never
Also,
done that.
also remember, kids, don't actually stand near a horse when it's pissing, especially if it's near a rock.
I don't. Look, if I'm approaching a horse at all, it's gonna be where it can see me because I don't feel like getting my shit kicked.
That thing.
Oh no, so this was a horse that was like inside like its own little well, it wasn't little, like 5
It,
acres of its own thing, but it was standing above a rock. And I was by the fence. We were about to feed it, and it just so happened to pee directly on the rock and then sprayed all over us.
oh no. Oh no.
A weird Disney movie that I actually kind of enjoyed was Planes. I've never watched it.
I've never seen Planes. Is that the. We talked about it briefly because we mentioned it and its sequel. Was that something that happened because of Cars?
I feel like it. Yeah. Like, hey, Cars was successful. Let's do one about planes.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I would have figured trains over planes simply because of Thomas, but
Planes, trains, and automobiles.
fun movie. Probably also hasn't aged well.
Oh, I'm sure it hasn't.
It's got John Candy in it, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
I'm 80% sure it didn't age well.
It is. Yeah.
Like R.I.P., but
Yeah.
one of them 80s movies.
Oh. But yeah, I feel like that might be. Okay. I've never seen the Stitch sequels.
Movie night, movie night, movie night.
The Lilo and Stitch sequels are adorable.
Aren't there like 4?
4 or 5. I've seen up to Stitch has a glitch.
Apparently, cards is still a big thing in the merch side of things. I feel like it is.
I mean, it's a bunch of kids' toys.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Child.
Merchandising. May the Schwartz be with you. Please tell me someone other than Mom gets that reference.
Why are you quoting Spaceballs?
Thank you.
Oh, don't start with Spaceballs.
Listen,
not with
listen.
Pie here.
Listen, the Star Wars podcast is in a few months, okay?
I feel like Pie and I would be friends as well.
Oh my god, no. So Pie has a gif of the Spaceballs where it's them looking in the camera and the whole like sequence and stuff like that. And then or was it something else? I know he has like a gif that's so big that he has to like upload it and download it for it to work properly. It's
Oh,
freaking
jeez.
ridiculous. Yeah.
Cars makes a lot of money in Disney California Adventure. Yeah. Mel Brooks.
Look, can we?
Baseball the gifts.
Like, I would absolutely enjoy to have a Mel Brooks Codpast. I don't know who the fuck else we would get on here.
Hell. Well, I say that, but he won't. Yeah, High Anxiety is a very weird movie, and I'm not a fan of it. It's not that it makes me anxious; it's just stupid. Just I hate to use the word, but it's stupid.
Turning Red wasn't mentioned, but that's only because for whatever
Honest-
reason, the list that we were going off of, that one, Soul, and a couple of others are going to be re-released into theaters.
So Turning Red and Luca are getting
Yeah,
re-released in, like Bella was saying, but because those were Disney Plus releases when they first came out due to the pandemic, they're like, you know what? Let's try these in theaters to see what comes out. Never mind the fact that they're out on DVD and Blu-ray now.
But Turning Red is adorable. Like, as a child of the 90s and early 2000s, like, that shit, yeah. Also, I feel like we need to have a mini discussion about how folks that are making movies for Disney just said, all right, we're going to tackle all the generational trauma.
That's because they also have the generational trauma.
I mean, yeah, but
now the people that grew up on this are now the ones making the movies, so they're like, you know what? I got you.
You ain't gotta be rude.
Who, me?
No, the people at Disney.
Oh, yeah.
Like, why do you think Encanto is so good? Is because all of us have the generational trauma. That's a conversation.
I am Hernando and I am scared of nothing.
Hi ho, I bond with my generation over trauma. Let's go.
Emotional damage.
That's more an emotional damage at this point.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, Ritzels.
What?
Have I ever told you about the song that my mom used to sing whenever she was going to work?
No.
It's Disney related, so this fits perfectly. It's I-O, I-O, it's off to work I go, to make a buck, oh what the fuck, I-O, I-O, I-O.
That's
Which,
amazing.
if you've ever met my mom, is just, like, absolutely something that she would sing.
I love that. so much.
Periodically, I'm reminded of that song's existence, and it just makes me smile.
10 out of 10 would recommend.
It's great. I'm spreading the joy that is
I feel
the
like
source of my gremlin energy.
I'm sitting here thinking about like the Disney, like this podcast is the Disney animated movies, right?
Yeah.
We missed an opportunity.
Which one?
Talking about the Disney animated, at least from the
Animated
90s.
movies?
Oh, like the sex thing in the Lion King stars, and the dick on the Aladdin's castle thing.
I was on Little Mermaid.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
on.
that's right. Okay.
In fact, we had that copy, and I didn't realize until like the internet became a more common thing.
Also, hello, I just found the list of the sequels.
Oh, there is a question, but uh Ice Age is Ice Age considered a Disney movie now because Blue Sky got bought out by them?
I feel like, hold on, I feel like those were made from a different studio as well. Yeah, they're 20th Century Fox. Oh god, those were.
They would be Disney
Yeah,
movies now.
yeah. For some reason, I thought they were DreamWorks.
Aw, John Leguizamo's a Disney princess. That makes me happy.
Oh, thanks. I choose life.
Yep, Ice Age is in fact on Disney Plus. It is officially a Disney movie now.
You know what else is on there, and we can finally say it is Anastasia.
Ooh.
She's also 20th Century Fox, so yeah, she's a Disney princess now.
Yeah. Never mind the fact that we've been calling her a Disney princess forever.
I also want to bring to your attention a 1959 movie called Darby O'Gill and the Little People.
What?
I think I remember that.
A frisky old storyteller named Darby O'Gill is desperately seeking the proverbial pot of gold. There's just one tiny thing standing in his way, a 21-inch leprechaun named King Brian. To get
Nope.
the gold, Darby must match his wits against the shrewd little trickster, which proves no small task indeed.
Nope. I'm definitely thinking of probably Gulliver's Travels then.
Yeah, that's funny.
Okay, I have a question for y'all. When y'all were younger, did y'all ever watch some like Disney Channel early days? Late at night, did y'all ever watch some of the weirder stuff that they would show, like the really old stuff and just like the older versions of
The Mouse Who Shall Not Be Named.
like not only that, but like some of the original versions of Disney or like the Mickey Mouse Playhouse or Clubhouse or something.
Yeah.
Yes, I say y'all a lot, Shrix. I'm Southern. Hush.
Bless your heart.
Ron's Gone Wrong. I remember seeing about that movie, but I never actually watched it. Sorry, I got distracted over here. My mind just got blown.
Nate being distracted. What?
What?
So I was looking at this list of the Disney animated sequels, and I decided to look at Little Mermaid 2 just to look at it. And one of the casting I did not know this, and now I feel like I have to watch this movie just to hear it.
Is it gonna be me having gone down the whole of Kingdom Hearts voice actors yesterday?
Hi.
Which, fun fact, Lance Bass voices Sephiroth in the first one.
So the voice actress for for Melody, who is Ariel and Eric's daughter, excuse me.
Say, wait a minute, hold on.
Oh, this is confusing here. It's Tara Strong.
Have you? Okay, I feel like you need to just look at some of the various things that she's done.
I know.
She's up there with Mark Hamill in just amount of shit she's voiced.
I know. I just didn't think about it being a possibility. I was like, huh.
Finding out she was in something from the 90s is like finding out Matt Mercer is in something now. It's not surprising.
I mean, doesn't mean my mind stopped. First,
I also proceeded to get distracted and just saw someone body slam someone else over a podium, and it just boy, that tickled so much.
I forgot that Tara Strong was Timmy Turner.
Yeah.
oh, look, now he's falling down rabbit holes.
Why's it gotta be a rabbit hole? Why can't it be a gator hole?
Because we don't live in Florida.
No.
Yes, you do. We don't.
But I also have bunnies in yard.
Honey. Do
There's
I want to know what the foxhole theory is? That sounds dirty. Shreks.
Trix, is there something you're trying to tell us there, bud?
I mean, if that's something you didn't know about him, I'd be shocked.
Yeah, that thing. Tortoise. Am I not turtle unit for the Turtle Club?
Ah, nah, Pal will immediately love you for that one. Keep calling him Pal. Pie. He showed me that movie for the first time. He also showed me the Austin Power movies for the first time.
Oh my god.
I don't think that's true, Shreks.
No.
And I knew that was dirty. I knew that was dirty.
Fun fact, that movie, Master of Disguise, believe it or not, is the movie that got me doing voices. By the time I was in, what was it? I want to say it was freshman year. I was knocking out those voices left and right. But yeah, I feel like we might be close. Like, obviously, we're getting sidetracked over here, like looking at different things. So I feel like that might be a good place to say that might be it. Plus, it's coming up on the time that I was said for bed.
Yeah.
Yes. It's
So-
Ritzels sleep time.
And more like Ritzel's hungry and wants a sandwich before bedtime, so Ritzel's needed time to make a sandwich.
So this works out perfectly. So
Yeah.
Why haven't you eaten?
I have eaten. I had dinner, but I like sandwiches.
Okay, that's fair. Hydration
About-
check.
About 11 o'clock
I
at
literally just
night,
did.
I start getting heckin' hungry.
this is fine. But hold on.
I appreciate y'all having me. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, absolutely. I was just about to say before my whole body decided, nope. Thank you so
Okay,
much
you're
for joining us.
Yes, I am glad that you could be here.
Nice.
And I am so happy to have the Codpast back. The plan, whether or not it's going to stick, because is every other Thursday. We will see how that goes.
That gives you time to plan and stuff if needed, or
My biggest
figure
thing,
out if someone else can't do it. Yeah.
my biggest issue is reaching out and finding people that have no self confidence.
I'll fucking do it.
I just reach
I'll
out to
fucking make ya.
Spence. Have like Spence. We're gonna be doing each other's podcasts. Let's go.
See, I don't think Spence has an issue with reaching out to people.
Yeah.
But it honestly and ironically, it's like he said earlier in his stream when he was talking about your Codpast. Just ask people. The worst they can say is no. The worst they can do is not answer. If that is what happened, then be like, sure. Go on to the next person. This is fine.
That's true, Shrek. That's true.
And honestly, I'm okay with that.
Eh. This is fine.
Yeah. But it's one of those things I'll figure out. And I'm excited too, because I got some fun topics.
Trix, will he not take you because you're horny on main?
I'm sure that's one of them.
I
But
think his main reason is because he doesn't do Pokemon mostly.
Ah.
Like his his preference is mostly Pokemon streamers, I think. That one too.
Yeah. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in and hanging out with us. I'm good to be
Nate, do you want to
back.
give a sneak peek for next week?
I mean, the following week.
Yeah, that one.
If the two people, well, where's the fun in that? Where's the
Hype
fun in
us
that?
up. Hype us up. Hype us up.
But
I was trying to get you to do like a hint at what's coming so that you could get people intrigued.
you
In
want
your
me to?
shit.
I am the hype!
You want me to just list off the episodes that I have planned out?
No.
Let's give us the one.
What's next on your thing?
Critical Role.
With
If they'll do it.
you still haven't asked him, have you?
Actually, I did. He hasn't answered.
Oh, okay.
The Reluctant Hermit and Terfendo.
Potentially. We
Hopefully.
still have to get confirmation.
Yeah, but that's the plan. And then, just I'll go ahead and list off some stuff. Star Wars, the entirety of the franchise. Batman / DC films. Live action Disney.
By himself.
Godzilla / Monsterverse. I need to do one for MCU Phase 5 onward, blah, blah, blah.
I can't be in that one.
But there's one that I'm planning that when I tell you this one needs to be perfect, I need this one to be perfect.
Oh.
Better start asking.
And I need to ask specific people.
What is?
Jurassic Park.
Holy fucking shit, it's a dinosaur. Jesus Christ. What the fuck?
I love that. Last MCU I saw was Guardians 2. You missed a lot of good ones. But hey, it's all good. But yeah, those are like a list of the ones that I'm really hoping to knock out this year.
And I will say, bit of a caveat. We say that Critical Role is going to be the next one. Obviously, all of these are subject to change depending on guest
availability and everything. And I know I say that these are going to be every other Thursday. That also is depending on what is going on that particular week.
Yes, because again, as you know, Nate is the primary caretaker for his grandparents.
So,
their health comes first.
Which, granted, they're always asleep by the time I start my streams, so 9 times out of 10, that's not going to be an issue. It's just that one time that something, I don't know. But we'll see. I'm excited. I'm just happy to be doing these again because I miss doing this. Just having people and just talking. It's fun and I love it.
I'm also going to peer pressure you while I have you on voice. If you would like me to return, if I was enjoyable enough for the live action Disney movies, I will come absolutely shred them with you.
I was totally not about to ask that one as well.
Yeah, you might have to be the person too, because I've seen like one live action Disney remake.
I'm about to watch them all cry softly to myself.
It's not just the remakes, it's Disney live action in general.
Okay, that's fair.
But no,
even though George of the Jungle isn't Disney, we're going to include that one because, yes.
Wait, is it not?
I don't think it is.
I don't think it is.
I thought it was. Because it's on Disney Plus. Not that that means anything.
Actually, yeah, it is. I'm stupid. Don't ignore me.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, pal, George of the Jungle is better than Tarzan.
So
to our generation, but that's because that's our generation. But I mean, I'm
Look,
not gonna.
There's
I'm
a
not gonna
3-year
fight-
difference between the movies.
I'm not gonna fight with the woman that knows the name of the original yodeler that did for Tarzan and George of the Jungle.
I also do want to say, I don't care what Brendan Fraser looks like. I don't care how old he is. I would still lick something off of that man.
I wouldn't go quite that far,
I
but
will. I would make him a lasagna and tell him he's perfect and that he deserves the world, and what happened to him he didn't deserve,
Oh,
and tell him that we love him.
absolutely.
like, if we're going by just physical looks, the man still looks amazing. But everything that I've ever heard about that man as a person, as his character, I've
He
never
is
heard a
an
bad thing
angel.
about him.
He is an
Oh,
angel. And he is to be protected
At all
henceforth.
cost.
Forthwith. But
Every time I see him almost in tears because someone's being genuinely nice to him, I want to punch everyone who's done this to him.
oh yeah.
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 And Monkey Bone is still a weird choice that he made.
Fair enough.
Listen. Actors sometimes you just listen. Listen, if that happened, Turf. If that happened, Turf.
They're live now. Just saying.
Hey, y'all want to be on a
What?
podcast?
I mean, it's Thursday, so probably not.
Damn it.
Sometimes actors need pay. That's fair.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that it was a bad movie. I haven't seen it in probably close to 20 years, so it could very well not have aged well.
I'm saying it doesn't hold up. And this is someone who hasn't seen it since it came out, but I remember that movie.
I remember that movie too, and you telling me that it doesn't hold up doesn't surprise me. However, I Will Die on This Hill, Bedazzled is just, wah, chef's kiss.
Again, I haven't seen it in so long.
This man plays essentially the same person, but in 7 different ways, and they're all fucking convincing. It is JC level shit.
Yeah.
I will not lie, I didn't know Bedazzled was the name of a movie, and I don't know where you were gonna go with that, but definitely wasn't it, and I thought we were gonna talk about bedazzling something. Like, just here's a printout of Brendan Fraser's face, let's bedazzle it.
Oh,
If you want to, we could.
it doesn't need bedazzling.
I'm just gonna print out, like, a cutout of his face and just, like, push strap on it, and just wear that. It's like, I'll just take a picture of that, and that just be my picture for next time.
Do it. Oh my god.
I just got a working printer, I could absolutely do that.
I can't wait for this.
Note to self, print out Brandon Fraser's face.
But yeah, I'm not gonna game tonight. We're just gonna end the Codpast and just be done with it. Yeah, we are going to go show some love to a friend.
Yay.
Let's go, let's go.
Thank you all for stopping by and listening to us rant for 3 hours about mostly Disney, but also a lot of other things.
Yeah, that happened.
And again, thank you for having me
pleases
on
me.
for the funds. It was my
I'm-
first ever podcast, and it was a lot of fun.
Yay!
Oh my god, I was there first. I'm so happy. I'm glad you had fun like that.
It was my first ever podcast and my first ever Codpast.
Yes.
Oh, before I hit raid on here, I have to tell the story about how it became the Codpast.
Yes.
So, back when I first started streaming, I knew that I wanted to do podcasts in this format. And so we were brainstorming names and whatnot, and my brain does this thing where it swaps letters and words, and before I can comprehend what is being thought, the word will be spoken. And so I was in a voice call with, I think it was just Bella and Trix.
Probably.
And, we were just vibing, talking. And we're listing off names and stuff, and nothing's clicking. And I said, I went to say podcast, but I said Codpast. Not knowing what I had said. And I just kept talking. They were like, wait, Nate, stop. What? What did you just say? I said podcast? No, didn't. What do you mean? What'd I say? It's not. I don't know.
Was it? Are you okay? Like, I'm not normally one to question you because you're always right about these things, especially when it comes to remembering things. But I could have sworn it was you, Strix.
In fact, I'm pretty sure it was you that stopped me.
Like, unless I'm just collectively misremembering things with Nate, also not.
Also,
unlikely.
not outside the realm of possibility, but
We
anyway,
share the singular brain cell with Trix bouncing around in our skulls. It's probably with Trix.
yeah, it was 2 years ago. But anyway, we're sitting there like, what did you just say? I said podcast. No, you said Codpast. Did I? And I'm like, wait a minute. And at the time, I had settled into like the community. It's called the Chaotic Sanctuary. I said Chaotic Codpast. And Bella said, that's it. That's the name. So ever since then, it's been the Chaotic Codpast. And we actually had someone, I don't even know if they're on Twitch anymore. He was on my Assassin's Creed episode. And he was like, I just wanted to let you know, I can't think of the word podcast anymore. All I think of is Codpast.
Same.
Like, ever since, like, talking to you and just us, like, agreeing to be on here and seeing your posts, all I think of is Codpast. And I'm like, hey. But I'm happy with it. It's a good name.
I honestly love that for you, and that's amazing.
So, and
sometimes when the brain can't brain and the words don't word, you think of the best things.
Yep.
Yes.
But anyway, with that being said, we're gonna go show some love to Abby.
Yay.
He was playing one of my favorite games. So at the moment, I'm salty. So we'll be back tomorrow with supposedly more Lies of P. We'll see.
It's probably going to be Baldur's Gate, let's be real.
But once again, Ritzels, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate you being here.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for inviting me. I will see you again on a podcast eventually.
If not in podcast, definitely in stream, either mine or Spence's.
Yeah, absolutely causing chaos at some point.
Absolutely.
Sure, always.
And
yes.
It goes without saying, Bella, thanks for, as usual. Love your face.
Love y'all.
And to all of you guys watching or listening, I'd like to turn this into like an actual podcast series at some point, but we'll see. Thank you all for tuning in. Hope you have a fan-freaking-tastic night. Have a wonderful day tomorrow. And we'll see you lovely folks next time.
Bye.
Later, guys.